Alrighty, welcome everybody to another yellow version solo run. How's everyone doing today? We are live. Everything seems to be already working quite well. Let's see, we already got people in the chat too. We already got Yato, Rex, Juice, Coles, New Racer, Link. Welcome in, guys. Welcome. Hey, New Racer. Hey, Coles. How you guys doing? That makes sense, Yato. I hope you're doing good. Nice. Everyone's excited for Electabuzz. I love it. I love it. How's the camera? Let me lower it just slightly here. Might be too much. There. That feels about right. Something around there. The camera is slightly different for Ironmon and the yellow version streams, so I have to adjust it sometimes just a little. But I think we're all good now. Alrighty. Excellent. Hey, KF, welcome in. Annie, welcome. Go Electabuzz Thunderbolt now. Since that's how he sounds in the anime. Throw in a like, my peeps. Let's boost the stream. Thank you, Juice. Yes, everyone, please do like the stream. That helps people see we're live. New Racer just posted 2 pictures on memes and stuff on Discord. For the stream purposes. Let's see. Hey! Very nice. Pictures in the go-kart. That's awesome. Everybody go drop a like on the memes and stuff channel for Colton/New Racers kart pics. We like that. Very nice, Colton. Is that from a recent race? I'd love to know the backstory too. Hope all of your races have been smooth sailing. Also didn't know if it was okay to post my 2nd degree burns, so I didn't. Fair? I mean, I don't particularly have an issue with it, but I think we should probably get mods to decide whether we should or not. That's never actually been a topic that we've actually talked about for the Discord. Shouldn't be an issue, but I don't know. That's a new one for me. Electabuzz is not a fire type. It is not. Did you think it was any? All right. Yato says it doesn't show me as a view as I use ad block, but I'm gonna have to sub, so I guess that makes up. But I have a sub, so that makes up for it. That's fair, Yato. That's totally fair. If you're able to still like, though, I think that still helps. I think that still works. Awesome. So today's playthrough will be with Electabuzz. So let's dive into Electabuzz a little bit here at the start, because I think that this thing is going to be incredible. Incredible. It has only 65 base HP, but 83 base attack, 57 base defense, and 85 base special with 105 base speed. So it's incredibly fast. Decent attacking stats for Gen 1. Pretty on par with like the Nidos or with like some starter stats. So like not terrible. Defensively, it's obviously a little bit weak, but since we outspeed so much, I don't think it's a huge concern. Ah! I have a fire type on this. You're right, it's electric type. I didn't even realize that. That's from Charmander. That's left over from Charmander. Here, let me see. Hold on. I can fix this. I can fix it. I can fix him. Ah, he's huge. Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. It's fixed. I didn't even realize that, Annie. You caught me. But fire type symbol on the thing on the stream. Thank you for catching it, Annie. Yes, the 2 pictures are from the last race with 200 to 300 people watching and some cameras. No TV, sadly. That's really cool still, Colton. For Fireball. 105 base speed isn't the most optimized, but it really does mean really good crit rate. Yes. It's probably overkill to some extent, but we will outspeed everything. Like, there should be nothing that we have a huge concern with. Even the Aerodactyl, I don't think, has a chance to outspeed us, even if we're not a terribly high level. That's kind of where we want to be at. I don't think we need a super high level because we do have pretty decent moves. Let's get into the moves a little bit. Now his name has to be Fireball. I mean, that's pretty good. We do need a name for Electabuzz, so put some ideas in the chat. Fireball for the goofy start there with the fire type tag, I think would be great. Okay, so we start with Quick Attack and Leer. Not the greatest start. I do wonder what level we're going to need for Brock. I have not looked into that whatsoever. I'm assuming because Leer, we can probably get past Brock maybe at like 13 or 15. I'll probably try 13 as a first attempt. I don't think it's going to be great, but I think it may work at 13. I don't see it working terribly well much lower. Just because like we're going to take a lot of damage from Tackle as we set up Leers. The lower level we are, the more setup we're going to need to even do any sort of damage against Brock. So no reason to try it any lower than 13. Sparky and Shaka are other recommendations. Oz? KF? Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, so on level up, we don't get moves until level 34. That's with Thunder Shock. And then Screech at 37. Thunder Punch at 42. Light Screen at 49. And then Thunder at 54. I don't think we're going to use much of any of those moves, frankly, because Thunderbolt comes so early in Kanto. Like, we get it from Surge. So we're going to have it so soon that, like, we don't really want to use any of the others. Thunder Punch is special because it's before the special split, obviously, being Gen 1. So Thunderbolt's just kind of better. Thunder's also so inaccurate, like, why would you use it? Ooh, Megawatts. Solid. That was a nod to your man behind the curtain gag. That made me chuckle. Solid reference, KF. I like it. Megawatt's pretty sick as a Electabuzz nickname. I kind of like that. All right. The TM set is really where it gets its biggest advantage because a lot of electric types don't have great coverage and they do very poorly. Like Electrode really struggled with a lack of coverage. We kind of have the opposite with Electabuzz. We have a ton of really good options. Like we have good physical options. We got Mega Punch and Kick, Body Slam, Double Edge, Hyper Beam. We got all three fighting moves, Submission, Counter, Seismic Toss, available by TM. We got Thunderbolt, Thunder, Psychic, Teleport even, Swift, Thunder Wave, Psy Wave, Strength, and even Flash if we really needed it. So a lot of options. That's not even talking about Mimic and Rest, which are staples for a set. It was literally such a long list that barely even fit on the screen when the typical size I make them. 100% Rex, we're going to be making Psychic work for sure. Thunder Shock is too late. Thunder is too late. Thunder Punch might work as extra power points, but Thunderbolt is the main show. Yeah, extra moves is basically what we're going to be getting out of Thunder Punch. Honestly, though, like, I could see just not using it much because we're going to be getting Mimic for Giovanni probably because I don't use the TM for Double Team in these runs, but I do allow mimicking Double Team or using evasion moves by level up. So that caveat is specifically because Giovanni without that makes electric and fire types a disaster. So we do need to have space for Mimic. And since Psychic and Thunderbolt are going to be staples on the set, like we're going to have to keep those all the way to the end. And then we add Mimic. We only have like one more slot, probably for Body Slam. We could even swap something for Rest if we needed to. Frankly, I think that we would swap Mimic for Rest just for Champion Battle. So we would be basically running 3 moves, Thunderbolt, Psychic, and Body Slam for most of the run. So we do have one spot. I don't know if Thunder Punch is going to get a ton of use, but it might appear there. Like in between, like for Blaine and Sabrina maybe, but we're not going to use it much on either of them. So I don't know. May not make much of an appearance. We could also use Thunder Wave in that slot because we get access to that early. Not really super useful because we outspeed everything anyway. So we kind of have a 3-move kind of gambit that we're running here. And it's kind of all Electabuzz needs because it has decent enough attack stats. It outspeeds everything. It's kind of solid. Clayster has mid special and god awful HP, so we might be able to go Flareon or Jolteon. Yeah, I think the best case scenario would be Jolteon, quite frankly. There's less that Jolteon can even do to us. We outspeed probably both of them. I don't think that we have any issue outspeeding a Jolteon in the late game with that level of speed. Plus, we will be over-leveled what his level is, plus the speed boost. So I think we'd outspeed a Jolteon. Not that it could even injure us. Flareon with Flamethrower maybe could do some damage. But I don't really want to face Magneton. Magneton's kind of a bigger issue than Ninetales. So I think we tried the Jolteon team. I think that makes the most sense. KF was asking what Mimic does. Mimic allows you to choose a move on the opponent's moveset and put it in that slot for the rest of the battle. It's unique to Gen 1, the mechanic that way. Normally it copies the last used move in current Pokemon. Yeah, in Gen 1 you get a pick. So you can choose a move from your opponent, which is very nice. Hey Brad, welcome in. I did not watch Ben 10 much. I did see that you mentioned that Megawatt is a Ben 10 reference. I think I was just maybe just a little too old for it, or maybe I just wasn't aware of it when I was young enough to really get into it. I don't know. I missed that train somehow at some point. Annie was saying Thunderbolt and Psychic are mainstays. Body Slam is a mid-game champ. Mimic for a lot, but Double Team is maybe the biggest Mimic target, and then various stuff like Swift for Sabrina / T-Punch. Yeah, Swift for Sabrina would make the most sense in that third slot as well. So I think we just kind of rock with Thundershock, Thunder Punch, Swift in that slot until we need Mimic starting at Giovanni. We don't really need Mimic before Giovanni, so we'll just kind of rock with the 3 moves for most of the game. It's probably going to be the rule. 1.21 gigawatts. There you go, Kev. I know that one. I was slightly too old for Ben 10, I think. I think we're in the same camp, Kev, because that one gets me. I don't think I'm much older than you, New Racer, but I mean, I'm 31, so I don't think there's a big age gap there. But we also didn't have cable a lot, so a lot of what I was getting was like older stuff that was already available, not showing real time when I was like really little. My parents just weren't huge movie or TV people growing up. So a lot of my stuff was stuff that I had to seek out and like rental movies, Blockbuster era stuff, you know? Yeah, 31 Yato. Annie was saying Mimic in the game adds any move. Oh yeah, there you go. Explaining Mimic. Perfect. Thank you, Annie. Okay, let's pop up the tier list here and talk about what that's looking like right now. So for our tier list currently, we just added Charmander in the B tier. Electabuzz is going to be an odd fit because I do think it's going to be quite good. I think we can honestly not use any rare candies until Champion Battle because that's really our only huge concern. So I don't see a huge time sink for Electabuzz. Magmar was 101.16, and it puts us in the A tier. I don't know if we're going to be that fast. Electric has some downsides, which may slow us down a little. But as far as things go here, honestly, I think that low A tier, maybe B tier for the tier list, would be a good target. Low A tier would be like awesome. B tier, I think, would be a pretty solid bet. But we can at least make B tier. Because we have to be less than an hour 10. I know Electabuzz can do that. I know it can. A tier, maybe. Maybe, but it'd have to be chasing Magmar. But maybe it can. It's probably going to be the best non-legend electric type. Sorry, Coles. I did see that Scyther won a regional. That was actually really cool. Eviolite Scyther. Nidoqueen went strong. Love that. She's my fave. Nidoqueen is very good. And honestly, that was a bad run where we got the worst fissure luck I've ever seen at Giovanni. And crit rate. Oh, crit and fissure, I think. It was an absolute disaster. I think we got like 12 resets at Giovanni on that run. It could be much closer to Nidoking. It's never going to be quite as good. It's not quite as optimized for speedrunning, but it's still very, very good. I say not quite optimized. It's still insanely good. Nidoking just does a little bit better. A little higher attack. Thrash, which is like, just helps get through battles faster. What's the tier above us? S is the perfect Pokemon tier, the PP tier, with the PP up. Those are the elite speedrunning Pokemon that have just set ridiculous times. That Hypno time of 46 minutes is very hard to beat. I've only beat that time one time, and that was with a Mew playthrough on stream. Because I think I did one on stream that I completed. I also did a bunch of other testing for that because I was part of the Scott Slots community race for Mew. Mew is the only Pokemon to even have a chance to beat that 46 minutes so far. Nidoking has gotten 3 attempts and still can't match Hypno. That Hypno run is near flawless. Yeah, A tier would be solid, KF. And he was saying I'm doing good at my IT internship. Was going to stay later, but my mom was picking me up and complained about needing to go to work. Fair. We don't have a good despair emote. Ooh, that's a good suggestion. We do need to get a new emote at some point here, because we've had the same set for a minute. Psychic is so strong. It really is. Psychic is just insanely good. And Hypno is also like bulky enough to like not really have any concerns. It just crushes. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Other testing for that. He ain't slick. Hey, new racer with all the emotes. I love it. Okay. My main question I need to answer before we start. I was about to jump in. My main question is, I do have the self-destructing hiker. That might be an issue. I don't love the fact that I don't have a really good answer for that. For the self-destructing hiker, because we don't get psychic yet. And we do not get dig. And we do not have any evasion moves and no access to reflect either for self-destruct. I think we could take a couple of self-destructs, but do we just body slam him down? Or do we teach seismic toss? It might be a seismic toss solution. I'll pick up seismic toss on the first run just so we test it. That guy in Rock Tunnel could be an issue. He might be the actual issue for Electabuzz. If y'all ate food yet? We actually did, new racer. And Veggie's actually about to head to work. So probably not today, but I mean, because I know that you love to send stuff. Maybe Saturday, because we're going to be prepping for our baby shower this Sunday. I'll let you know what our schedule's like on Saturday when I'm streaming Ironbound this week. Cool. Let's jump into the first run. Let's test a couple of things, specifically Brock and the Rock Tunnel Hiker. Otherwise, I think that we're going to be pretty good to go. Gonna go ahead and hide that. There we go. Okay. There we go. Good stuff. I can close the pre-stream countdown, and I can open up my emulator and the timer. Excellent stuff. Okay, so I do want to get under 1 hour and 4. That'd be A tier. That's the goal here. I think it's possible. It just depends on those issues. The Brock issue and the Rock Tunnel issue. Shouldn't have said anything. Empty Saturday is going to be insane. Well, I mean, I'm hoping it's all in good faith. That you guys won't go too crazy, right? I trust you guys. I'm trusting you. There's a Wobbuffet Hunter fusion sprite. With it doing its face of like squinty eyes with its hands in the air. I gotta see that. That's gotta be funny. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Run number 1. With a little bit of testing. I don't think I've actually seen the Electabuzz sprite really in yellow. It was so odd looking to me when I first saw it making the sprites and stuff for this. I was like, oh man, it's not available in yellow, I don't believe. But it's very rare to see in Gen 1. Thank you, Brad, by the way. Very kind. W Brad in the chat. Put some hearts for Brad. That's incredibly kind. Oh, Shadow Trade got one. Cool. I always like to see regulars and, like, you know, people who have been subscribed for a long time get... Ah! How could I? How could I? We need a nickname. I cannot continue without a nickname. I got distracted. We have to do a nickname. And I think, what do we want to do? Let's see. Because we had the 1.21 gigawatt made me laugh. I don't think it's going to fit though. We had the Ben 10, but I lost it. What was it? Ben 10 reference. I'll probably... Oh, megawatt. Megawatt was solid. I think we go megawatt. Okay, let's go megawatt. I like that. It's going to fit nicely. I think it's super solid. Okay. Get me to the nickname. Electabuzz. Yes, there we go. Megawatt. Megawatt's a solid name. Megawatt. There we go. Okay. Excellent. Now, I think this battle should be... Is it Christmas? All these gifts. It's just a very, very kind community. Oh, we crit. That means we don't get the damage from... The boosted damage from Leer. That's okay, though. That's a pretty easy win. There's our Electabuzz. Hey, good buddy. Look at him. He's glorious. All right, Electabuzz, let's go. All right. It's probably worth just... Ooh. It's actually a 3-hit on those Pidgeys. It's probably worth knocking out a few extra Pokemon here because we're going to have to be a decent level. And we're going to want to fight Rival on Route 22. So we're probably going to want to get to level 8 here on Route 1. And then go straight over there because I think at level 8, we should have a pretty easy win against him there. That will guarantee us that we're going against the Jolteon team, which I think is the best matchup for Electabuzz. Going to avoid the grass on the way back just because I don't want too many encounters because we just lose a little bit too much HP. Okay. Now we cruising. Level 13 for Brock should be pretty doable if I'm getting to level 8 in Route 1 and then fighting Rival. Oh, I didn't heal at the house. Mom, heal me. Thank you. Auntie, would you see Electivire as an electric terrain setter? It seems bulky enough to handle it. I'm not terribly versed in competitive, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. I never use terrain personally just because I am just a brute force player. I just brute force my way through the games. I don't do a ton of like super big brain competitive stuff. 2 antidotes and a paralysis should probably be enough. I think we won't have a ton of times when we're going to have poison damage because we're going to outspeed pretty much any poison type we see. Actually, probably any poison type. I don't think anything's going to be able to outspeed us. Colton does. There's an ability called Electric Surge that stacks up Electric Terrain on entry. Okay. I mean, it seems very good, but I think you got to be able to capitalize on it, which I know there's a couple of moves that do. But some Pokemon also get boosted speed or something on Electric Trade. I'm not well versed. Nice. I could probably potion, but we got to be close to level 8. I'll potion just for good measure. That would be a good anguish spray, wouldn't it, Annie? A Pokemon card display is so nice. Thank you, KF. Yeah, it's all built with HTML, and it all is checking a software called GameHook. And it's, yeah, it's a little bit of a disaster code-wise, because I'm no code expert. But it works. It's pretty reliable at this point. All right, we just knock out the Spear as quickly as possible. The crit's really nice. Peck's not going to do a ton. We're going to Leer the Eevee probably once. Oh, okay, Sand Attack first turn is not what we want to see. Nice. Yeah, level 8's not terrible there. That works. Okay, so that'll be the plan. Get to level 8, then fight rival there. That gives us the Jolteon team. Now let's get to level 13. I don't know if we're going to need 15. We might. I don't think that's a terrible start, though. Even if we need 15, because it won't be much more than just fighting the available trainers on the way to Brock. I'll pick up the potions in case we need training in the forest. Well, there's our Pidgey. Quick attack. And who wants to be a Pidgey? We're going to need a volunteer Pidgey. There we go. I'm going to pause really quick so we can get a name for the Pidgey. Electric Train boosts electric moves by 30%, not 50%. We can thank Tapu Koko for that and disables sleep. Oh, disables sleep. That I didn't know. Terrain is like the weather, but instead of the legendary Pokemon who said it being a trio of box legends, it's a sub-legendary quartet. Sub-legendaries are what the Kanto birds are classified as. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't really realize that was a separate category for including the Kanto birds, but it does feel right that they're not obviously included in box legends. They're just not quite to that level. Mythicals would make sense for Kanto birds instead of sub-legendaries, except for the availability I feel like is much more in line with legendaries. Yato! Let's give the Pidgey to Yato. Alright, Yato. There you go. We got Yato, our Pidgey. Okay. I mean, I took a tiny bit of damage. There's no way we struggle against Caterpies, right? Right? I'm going to Leer anyway. Oh, if we Leer, we 2-hit. Ooh, nice. That preserves our quick attacks. I don't think we 2-hit without that. Not bad, not bad. Grab another potion, fight this guy. We're probably going to need the Lass on the other side of the forest as well for experience. Train is also grounded and has secondary effects. Fairy terrain does not boost fairy moves, but rather weakens dragon. Well, that's interesting. I've seen the move description. I didn't realize it was different in that way, like unique in that way. Very interesting. All right, let's go. I'm actually going to go straight to this other last battle because she can be a little bit of a pain before I get any farther in case we have to go back and heal. We just want to spam quick attack as quickly as possible because that growl, 2 growls already. We're going to have to use at least probably a couple of Leers. All right, he didn't set up with Leer. We're good. Although I will run back and heal because we're probably going to need it before... Oh, that took like the weirdest little route there. We're going to need it because we're going to need to have the moves and things we need for the rest of the fights. We're going to run out of quick attack quickly. MT, while I agree, their power is more aligned with mythicals, and even that is pushing it since I really think that mythicals are stronger. Yeah, typically mythicals are 600 base stat total. And I believe the legendary birds from Kanto are 580 base stat total, so they are a little weaker than a typical mythical. Electric Train also activates Quirk Drive for future Paradox Mons. Yeah, that's where I've really seen Electric Train, is with the Paradox Mons. Yeah, I mean, if you have like a full electric team or a lot of electric moves, it would make sense to set up, but I don't know. I typically have such diverse teams because I'm not really like trying to utilize type exclusivity in any way. That I'm just running like a diverse enough team that weather and terrain like is just more of a hassle than anything. So I never really use them. But that's a non-competitive mindset. All right, let's go fight this trainer. I'm gonna save before we fight him because he does have 2 ground types. They don't have super effective moves, but at least the Sandshrew does have really good defense. We're gonna have to set up. Ooh, we did get level 12. That's gonna help. I'm gonna have to set up a little bit. That was a crit. Crit. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad at level 11, but we do need at least one more level. Yeah, we might as well heal while we're here. The only two mons who got electric train are Tapu Koko and Pinurchin. Wait, like they're the only ones that can use the move to set up the train? Or they're the only ones that set it up on switch in? Grassy Train has more widespread in uses because it heals you, boosts grass moves, and weakens Earthquake and Bulldoze because landslides are weaker when plants take root. I like the logic. I briefly used that in my Scarlet playthrough, like on my personal playthrough first time in the game, and quickly ditched it. I saw some use to it. I believe I was using the Smoliv line, which gets it by level up. And I just like move that hit big. Why use small move when big move do trick, right? All right, let's test Brock. I feel like this is going to be a disaster, but let's find out. Colton was saying, I just think the legendary birds are kind of trash compared to everything else. And they're quote-unquote legendaries, but have worse stats than all legendaries and most mythicals. They have actually the same stats as the Regis, which feels crazy. But that is where they sit. They sit in the same ballpark. Okay, that's after 3 Leers. We're going to take some serious damage at level 13. We do knock him out. Can do a little bit of damage here. Bind. We're just going to have to start setting up and just hope for a bide. He's missing a ton. There's the bide. He'll unleashed energy. I mean, we're not far off, but it's not pretty. I think there's a possibility we get through at 13. I don't love our chances, but I think there is a chance. If we just do 2 Leers, does that reduce our damage significantly here? It really does. If we use 4 Leers, oh, we crit. It's slightly better than 3, but not as big a difference as we would hope for. Really, it's just the problem is bind is really sapping our health away. All right, so let's see. If I just set up 4... 3 felt like a kind of a good middle ground. I don't know if 4 really benefits us. 2 did not seem to be enough damage reduction there. Because if we set up more, a crit is actually detrimental. I don't think we're going to do more than 3 hit, even with 4 or 5 set up. Come on, use bide. Come on, use bide. Bind, not bind, bide. We're going to get all the way set up without him using bide. All right. We missed. Gen 1 missed quick attack. And there it goes. Yeah, I just don't see this working at 13. Not reliably. Let's go to 14. Yeah, Brad, I don't think 13 is possible. That does mean that we're going to have to take an extra probably 2 or 3 minutes of training for the next run, which is rough. Annie was saying Fire-type Solar Beam and Solar Blade users can benefit from it. Bulky Mons can use it in combo with Leftovers. Oh, for Grassy Terrain, yes. And then there's a move that gets priority on it, Grassy Glide, but has like 55 base power. I thought that was weird. I've seen that move, and it feels like a lot of hassle to set up the terrain and have a slot for the setup move, unless a Mon sets it up on entry. I'm not aware of any. But to set up terrain, just use a 55 power move to get priority is like not enough of a like reward. I feel like at least make it, oh my god, I mean 60 or 65. Come on, like 55 is low power for a move that requires setting up a terrain to get its secondary effect. Miraidon also sets up Electric Train on entry with their ability, but not with Electric Surge. Miraidon spills Lemon down on the floor with Hadron Engine. Rillaboom gets Grassy Surge. Oh, hey, Skypey. Welcome in. We are training up to beat Barak right now. How you doing? Oop, the standard attack. Doesn't matter. Okay, 14. Let's go test out if that changes much at 14. Because it doesn't mean we have to grind for extra levels, but maybe 14 is just enough. Maybe we get over some sort of point where we're going to be doing just a little bit more damage with like 2 Leers, where we can still 4-hit after 2 Leers at level 14 against this Geodude. Because I feel like that could be a benefit. And also, we might have just more HP. I don't think we're 4-hitting. Huh? No, we're definitely not. Barely, but we're not. Okay. Okay, bind is like our worst case scenario, except if it misses. Crit is rude. Once again, we're going to get fully set up before it even uses bide. Craziness. There's bide. Bind, and we're dead. Try one more, just to see if we had different luck, different strategy, if it changes anything. I could try our rolls again here. See if we were just somehow low rolling terribly. But with 2... Oh, nope. Nope. We were decently rolling. Although if we do get a crit, we would get 1 less turn. So maybe that's actually the plan. Just use 3. And then hope for a crit. Bind? No, use your bide. Do I just start quick attacking instead? And just wait for him to use... Oh, there we go. Just because if we are not set up, we do like no damage. Just waiting for that bide. We're so close. No! Oh, we're so close. Let's try. We would have actually got it if we were just taking advantage of the chip damage. 14 might work. If we get to level 14, we can leer twice. It does mean that we can't... 2 crits is crazy from the Geodude. It does mean we could 4-hit with a... Oh, actually, no, but not with a crit. We cannot 4-hit with a crit. The crit only does as much as a regular hit. I thought it would do slightly more. It does not. Because we're low level here. But if we quick attack to start here, and then wait for the bide, we will get a little bit more damage, but not by much. I think we just need... There's the bide. We might just honestly need 15. And that's really sad. Yeah. I think we need 15. We need 15. That's rough. That's really going to send us, I think, into the B tier. That's a bummer. Because we will do another run after this where I've optimized this. This was a big testing because I really wanted to see how low we can go to that battle. And it just doesn't seem like we're going to get the good news we wanted. Because getting from 13 to 15 will take 3 or 4 minutes off of the time, which is rough. I don't remember what Magmar's time level through Brock was, or what his time was there. Maybe we have a chance to be faster than I'm expecting. But I think this is a pretty big blow to what our final result's going to be on the next one. Empty Grassy Glide was 75-ish base power in Sword and Shield. It was nerfed in Scarlet and Violet because Rillaboom sets up grassy terrain. Oh, really? So they specifically gave it for him for the starter, which makes some sense. Because the starter should get decent moves like that, just because that feels like a good reward for your starter. But then they nerfed it because it was probably making too much use of it. That's unfortunate. Grassy Glide used to be 80 base power, but it's boosted by Grassy Terrain by 30%. So it was like 160 base power with Stab if it was neutral because Rillaboom would spam it and set grassy terrain. And they took that all away. My boy Rillaboom. MTA joke in the competitive is that the 4 Tapus are Koko, Lilifini, and Rillaboom. For a reason, Rillaboom is just better Tapu Bulu because it gets Fake Out and Grassy Glide. I mean, with that setup, especially in Sword and Shield, like power levels over 9,000 mode, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Early game feels a bit slow. It will be better when we're not testing. Now that we know we need to get 15, it's going to help. But it will mean that we have to take a couple minutes hit on the first gym. Because level 15 is pretty high for a fully evolved or a single stage Mon. Tough to beat Brock. But it's because we only have Quick Attack and Leer. Yes, please do like the stream. It really helps a lot. Okay, let's get some Leers down. I think 2 Leers now we will 4-hit. Most likely because we went up over the damage rounding threshold, as Scott likes to call it. Oh no, a crit. We still KO. Okay. We can do a little bit of chip damage. A crit bind is crazy. A crit on a multi-turn move like bind means it will crit every turn. Oh my gosh, a 5-turn bind. Did we go? Okay, quick attack. Tackle, quick attack. We're getting crits now. We don't want them now because we're set up. There we go. And done. Yep, 15 is the first one where it feels decent. Yep. 15 is what we need for Brock. Okay. Good news, bad news. We do get through a 15. We cannot work with anything. Electabuzz. Okay. Now we can just kind of cruise, because I know that we will not get a move before Misty, but we don't have any weakness to her. So just getting Mega Punch is probably going to be plenty for what we're working with for Misty. I'm probably going to do only the most basic extra training here. We're not going to fight the Hiker, just the one Super Nerd. And then we're going to probably... We will pick up Mega Punch, but I'll probably put off Misty until after Nugget Bridge, because there doesn't seem to be a good reason to need to go to her first. We don't get anything out of that except a little bit of experience, but might as well just fight easier trainers. We don't have necessarily a crazy counter for Surge, but the fact that he's just kind of a goof and he might just not do anything probably means that we're totally fine. So that's the good news. Grassy Glide was actually a tutor move. Rillaboom was just the best user of it in Gen 8. Rillaboom is still the best user. It's just a TM now, and Ogerpom teams up to also use it. Does anybody else really use it, though? Let's go around her, because she sets up with Sing, which is a little obnoxious. All right, let's go heal. So we don't need to pick up the potions. I'll probably skip them in the next run, because once we get Mega Punch, I don't think we need a ton of healing. I really wish we had Thunder Shock at least. Just knock out the Zubats for a little extra experience. All right. Quick attack. Quick attack. Quick attack. It's just spam quick attack now. We don't really need to worry too much about PP because we're about to get another move with Mega Punch here in a moment. We're going to go around this last... Oh, hi, Geodude. No problem, Colton. So we got to go down here and get the TM. I've seen the terrain extender. Never used it. I've never relied on terrain, so I've never seen a purpose for it, but it probably has a lot more in competitive. Maybe not for like grassy terrain, unless Rillaboom is still good even after the nerf, which maybe it is. Competitively, I don't think you see it as much, right? I'm assuming. All right, Mega Punch is probably our go-to. Slightly less consistent, but double the damage. Kind of a good trade-off. Game Freak is allergic to make good widespread physical rock moves. You mean like Rock Slide? Are they just like Rock Slide? Rock Slide exists? We missed. Oh my gosh, we missed twice in a row. At least we KO. That's crazy. Ah, we got poisoned because of all this delay. Oh my gosh. Is that 5 misses of Mega Punch in one battle? 4 or 5? Something like that? That's crazy. And he was saying Ogerpon's signature move is Ivy Cudgel, which is 100 base power, 10 PP, high crit rate grass move. If she uses the Rock Mask, she literally gets Stone Edge but 100% accurate and 5 more PP at base. That feels unfair. I think Ogerpon's meant to be kind of OP though, isn't it? Because isn't it a DLC mon? Or am I crazy? We've literally used both antidotes now. Because I'm going to have to use one here, I think. So we have to ways to walk. Maybe not. We might have been able to make it. I don't know how many steps that is. I was counting. I was like roughly maybe 20 to 25. That's my guess. Maybe I would have survived. We just can't get poisoned anymore. Rillaboom still kicks ass simply because it resists Urshifu's surging strikes. Fair. At least it's still a good counter. That's my boy Rillaboom. He was always my pick for Gen 8. Ah! Sand attack. How dare! Quick attack missed. Quick attack. Okay, we're just gonna quick attack Eevee, I think. Oh, that was a crit. Quick attack. Come on, quick attack. Okay, quick attack. Come on. Good buddy. You really need to hit a quick attack. You really need to hit something. Sand attack. How dare you? It's terrible. Should put accurate to that too. Yeah, I mean, the only physical rock move with 100% accuracy is Smackdown. It has 50 base power. Yeah, Smackdown is rough. Just for the fact that it just doesn't, to me, like in my experience, doesn't have a ton of use. Like, maybe some niche use, but like most Pokemon that are relying on ground moves or something that Smackdown would help with also just get other moves that are easier to work around. And I don't know. There's definitely some purpose to it, but I typically find myself just replacing it with something else in the long run. In range, Jawa is saying if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. Absolutely. Especially Gen 1 sand attacks, because the first sand attack will reduce your accuracy by 1/3 and just make life miserable. It's a big debuff, even just one sand attack. Yeah, that's the glory of Gen 1 sand attack. It's terrible. Do. I don't think there's a purpose. We're about to get Thunder Wave. I don't think there's a purpose to teach it. There is a TM literally at the top of Nugget Bridge, but I just don't think there's going to be any purpose. We're already so fast. We already have 56 speed, and the Pidgeys were up against our 25. Like, we're so far out speeding. I don't think we're really going to need it. What we honestly need is more coverage and not just normal moves, but here we are. Thunder is more accurate than Stone Edge because it has double the PP. The 10 less accuracy doesn't matter. The PP makes it more accurate. I don't think that's quite how math works, but I get the energy. Rain does make it more accurate, which is very nice. That's the one weather condition I do find myself using much more often, is rain, because it just feels the most useful. Because I never trust myself with is 7 Mega Punch good enough here? We also need a Charmander HM Pal from the chat. What do you guys think? Who wants to be a Charmander? But yeah, like Sandstorm, Hail, like I don't because I'm not building competitive teams in a playthrough, I don't ever trust myself to teach them because it might end up dealing damage to my own Pokemon more than the opponents. Just because knowing matchups and everything for a playthrough is fine, and weather just isn't that useful except for Rain Dance. Since it doesn't deal damage and makes Thunder more accurate, it makes Hurricane more accurate as well. Boosts water moves, Swift Swim. There's kind of a lot of good perks to in a regular playthrough to Rain Dance and the rain rather than any other weather, really, in my experience, except maybe Sunny Day. I didn't use Sunny Day very much. Sunny Day's probably number 2 though. Yeah, so the Charmander. Yeah, you already got Pidgey. Actually, let's make this Brad. Brad was already donating. Let's make this Brad for the donations, because Brad is a Chad. Thank you, Brad. Okay. I'm going to save before this guy because he is the one that spooks me a little. We could fight the Onyx guy. I don't know if that's actually any better. I should have healed. I should have healed. And we immediately missed the Mega Punch, and he gets a crit karate chop. Or at least we knock it out. Okay. Oh, the crit's nice. Oh, double crit. Thank goodness. Thank Arceus. We made it. Yeah, that's not the easiest battle, especially if you're going in with a bunch of damage. But the crits really made it work. Gen 1 crits. You gotta love all the crits. I can save 1 Mega Punch, I think, for the Pidgey. Don't want to fight the Geodude guy. We can come back for Seismic Toss after cut, just in case we need it. I'm hoping we don't even need it at all, but, you know, I think there's a highly likelihood that it's going to become an issue. I don't think that we have any problem here. AC, welcome in. You're so kind. Brad, you are the Charmander, and thank you for the donations. We 2-hit with quick attack. That's fine. We really don't need to heal on Nugget Bridge then. We totally can make it through there. We just maybe be a little bit more mindful on the next one to not run out of Mega Punch too quickly before the Hiker. Annie was saying Rock Slide should either have 15 more base power, 10% less flinch chance, but 10 more base power and accuracy, or 20 to 25 more base power. Yeah, it's only 75, isn't it? It does feel like it needs a little bit more base power. I frequently run into the issue where it's just better to use Earthquake for most Pokemon that have access to Rock Slide, because if you get Stab on Earthquake, it's just better than Rock Slide all the time for the most part, except for the flinch chance. And if you, even if Rock Slide is super effective, it's still better if you get Stab on Earthquake, just because it just doesn't have enough base power to make a difference. But yeah, if it had like 10 or 15 more base power, it would suddenly even outpace a Stab Earthquake. And with the flinch chance, it would make up for the lack of accuracy. I think that would be a good change. Okay, Harden's rude, Starmie. Wow, okay. Hey, let me crit. No problem at Misty, even though we cannot use Bubble Beam. Coles was saying, I don't like Penurchin if I haven't made it clear already. I don't think you have, Coles. Penurchin is like Pikachu if it moved 90% of his HP and speed into its attack stats, the rest to defense, and then ate an Eviolite. Eviolite boosts both defense stats by 50%. It's a very specific stat change to make to Pikachu to turn it into a Penurchin, but I get it. Oh, I must have missed that, Coles. Rillaboom and Indeedee are the only used terrain setters. Galarian Weezing gets Misty, Surge, but he serves as Regigigas' doping most of the time. Oh, with Clear Smog or whatever it's called, with the ability, is that what you're getting at? I don't know what the Galarian Weezing part is, and Penurchin is Penurchin. you don't love Pin Urchin. I feel like it fulfills a niche. It's a very odd niche, but I understand it. I think it works okay. Donated $1 once. Had to download and update my non-spoofed YouTube. Fair. Okay, this last technically could be an issue. I think we one-shot with Mega Punch, though. If we do, she's not a problem. Awesome. There's one between those two. Oh. I think you might have been kicked. It might have been kicked out by the fact that I was on the filtered mode. I see now, Coles. That's wild, by the way. Now I see your message. I had to undo the filtered mode. Okay. We just keep Mega Punching. And then we're about to get Body Slam. What's crazy, we're not going to get a single electric move until we already have 4 normal moves all in a row here. All right, Repel. We got 3 Repels, and we should be good there. We're outspeeding so much. Once we get Body Slam, I don't think we're going to need a ton of heals, because then we're going to get Thunderbolt immediately after. Is it this one? This one. No, this is Ether. This one's Ether. This one's Rest. Rock Slide doesn't even warrant its weakness in Gen 1. The only game where Rock Slide isn't underpowered is Legends Arceus. Every attack is about 80 or about 100 in that game. That makes sense. They definitely changed the kind of the power scaling in a lot of ways in Arceus. But I do think that helped moves like Rock Slide become a little bit more relevant again. Every endgame attack is nerfed in Legends Arceus except the rock moves and Volt Tackle because Pikachu. Fair. Everyone loves Pikachu too much to take away its Volt Tackle. Colton says, I like turtles. Turtle soup is great. Oh no, not the turtle soup. Okay, Body Slam for Megawatt. Very nice. Cool. Let's just go to the Gentleman battle here. Switch Body Slam to the first slot, and then we just can cruise now because Body Slam is going to one-shot most things at the levels we're seeing. Probably not Surge, but it might knock out most of Blue's team in one shot here. Andy was saying they even nerfed Wild Charge in Arceus to 85 base power. Wild Charge is a recoil move and normally only has 90. That's kind of wild. They almost turned it into a submission. Ooh, a crit on Sandshrew is very nice. I mean, Brad, I love the Ninja Turtle variety specifically. I've always loved the Ninja Turtles. Ever since seeing the live action one in my youth. I don't know if it's the original, the old live action one. I don't know if there was perhaps an even worse one, but the famous live action one. The old famous live action version. I'm not really up to date on my knowledge of Ninja Turtle lore. That's got to be the first one though, right? Okay, we've already got that. Let's go ahead and teach Dig and Cut to Brad. Very handy, Brad. Thank you. Cut this tree. Let's go. All right, we can probably just potion like once. Save. And then we just knock out this Raichu. I actually used Raichu in Legends Arceus, and she was good. Pikachu wasn't because of the lack of Light Ball. I mean, that's a fair problem. Oh! Hello! Surge! I'm impressed. Genuinely impressed. What TV shows did I watch as a kid? Pokemon, Batman Begins, on WB. I remember that. Kids WB being a huge thing because I think Yu-Gi-Oh is also on there? Question mark. The crit Thunderbolt actually doing some decent damage. Surge actually might be able to get a KO on the next one. Shocked by that. Speaking of shocked, let's teach Thunderbolt. Over Leer, of course. That's going to take a moment to update, and then we will have our first electric move. But what other TV shows did I watch? I watched a ton of movies because we had access to a lot of VHSs and stuff growing up. So a lot of like Disney stuff. I was in a big Disney family. Is Courage the Cowardly Dog? Yes, Colton, I did. 100% I did. My mom was not a big Cartoon Network fan, but whenever I could, Cartoon Network was a go-to. Everything from, I don't know, the Toonami shows at night to like with Dragon Ball Z coming on later in the evening, or Powerpuff Girls even. Honestly, fun stuff. The old Cartoon Network days were a blast. Ed, Edd and Eddy, a bunch of things. Let's see. Who would like to be Squirtle? I know that Coles is going to want to be Squirtle. Does anybody speak now, or it's going to be Coles? Annie was saying there are 3 sets of Ninja Turtles movies. The old live action 3 movies, the new one live action, and the new one animated. Okay, so the one I'm talking about is probably the first of the old ones. Is the first one. First, Ren and Stimpy. I didn't watch much of it, but yeah, that era. Cat Dog. I watched more of Cat Dog than Ren and Stimpy. I'll go ahead and give this to Coles. I think I let everyone else have a moment long enough to claim it from Coles. I know Coles loves to be Squirtle. Okay. Let's go ahead and dig back to Celadon. Oh, no, Celadon. Cerulean. Okay. We need our bike, and then we can head toward Rock Tunnel. Let's see. Move things around here. We want our bicycle in the top slot. And then we need to cut this tree. Okay. I think we should be able to one-shot all of these grass Pokemon with Body Slam. That's going to be the key. If we can't... That was a crit. Let's see on the next ones. It's one shot. It has a lower defense, though. Does this one shot? Okay, it seems to. We shouldn't have any issues there, then. Good. I haven't had any additional trainers whatsoever. We're still on basically minimum battles. Oh, I didn't get... I'm a fool. I did not get the Seismic Toss TM just for emergency. Let me go actually back and grab that right now. Actually, let's get to Rock Tunnel and I'll go back. I don't want to have to fight extra trainers because it's going to throw off my routing here a little bit. Whee! Okay, that takes us back. Let's go ahead and go over here. Now that we can cut, we can just follow the same path we took before. And we can cut this. And we have that TM. Okay, cool. Actually, I can just walk through this way. It'd be better. Hey, Nick, welcome in. Here we go. Hey Arnold, was a favorite growing up? Absolutely, Brad. Hey Arnold was another good one. MT don't watch Courage the Cowardly Dog as a 4 and 5-year-old? Oh, I believe that. It's probably extremely disturbing, frankly, to a child. I think my sister, who's a few years younger than me, was very disturbed, like very unwilling to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog, if I remember correctly. Okay, we have Seismic Toss just in case. Let's go ahead and start the tunnel here. Actually, I should keep my potions available just in case something goes wrong. We don't have a great solution for the Cubone. That's just kind of how it is. We just got a Body Slam. Ooh, crit. That's nice. And then we can Thunderbolt the Slowpoke. That's probably where we're going to need a couple of potions. We will have the max potion, so that probably would be enough to get through this, even if I didn't pick up the extra potions in Viridian. Annie was saying Pinarchin has like 21 base HP and like 17 base speed, and everything else is like 90, 100, 80, 90, like around that level. It's kind of wild that Pokemon like on a design like basis, they just like to make Pokemon have higher defense in both stats and then lower HP. They just can't seem to just give a Pokemon high HP and high defense. Even if it's like a Pokemon that's meant to kind of be... I should have saved before this battle specifically, shouldn't I? Oh, well. Yeah, Body Slam. Ooh, yeah, okay. I mean... we probably could get through this. It's not great. Well, I think we definitely get through now. I think it's better. Yeah, that's better with Seismic Toss, I think. That's better with Seismic Toss. Next time, we're going to teach Seismic Toss. I didn't save before it, so we couldn't have tested it. But that was lucky that we got through that, for sure. The para made it work, but I think we just put this in the place of Mega Punch for that battle specifically. I'm going to do that now just as if we had, to kind of both give myself the muscle memory and so we have the same setup. I don't think Mega Punch is going to be useful at all. Quick Attack technically gets priority. Don't think we're going to really need it. But we have it. Body Slam for the grass types. And Thunderbolt for anything that's neutral or super effective. Let's go. Okay. So yeah, Seismic Toss is going to be unfortunately necessary. And I think backtracking for it like that is kind of the way we're going to have to do that. Because I don't think fighting the Hiker on the first pass on Nugget Bridge is the right idea. I think that's a bad idea. Didn't want another Shuckle. Shuckle also has low HP though. Like it also is not... because its HP is like okay, but it's not like insane. It's just defenses are insane. Hello? Am I crazy? I thought I counted right. I did. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right about here. There it is. Huh. And there's the nugget. Weird how I somehow just barely missed that probably by like 1 or 2 steps. Okay. I don't think we're going to need a Rocket Hideout, really. I do think we need the rare candy, because we do want to plan on about 10 or 11 rare candies. Does this PP up matter at all? Maybe we grab that one and this one, not the one on Bike Route. Because frankly, Thunderbolt and Body Slam have enough uses. I don't really see a huge reason to get more. We could use it for Psychic. That might actually be even more worth it. I think we use 1 on Thunderbolt. And then 2 more on Psychic. Now I'm thinking about it. Psychic's going to need some. And Thunderbolt's our go-to. Yeah, so let's just grab the PP up here and then this rare candy right here and then just call it and dig out of here. I think that's the move we want to do here. Ooh, piece of candy. If Shuckle had an ability that set Trick Room, it would be banned to Ubers and not, I'm not even joking. Absolutely. It would be a menace. Oh, actually we want this guy. Sell. Okay, so we can sell this potion. We can sell these nuggets. We can sell any TMs we can't use like this, like this. We could teach Bide. I don't think there's any real purpose to it, except we would have survived the blue fight. Okay, that's everything there. So we don't have a ton, just because we didn't do the Rocket Hideout and stuff or any extra training. I think we only need 10. Yeah, 10 rare candies this year. We don't actually need to go to the power plant, ironically. But we will grab 2 Pokédolls. And then I will also actually get... actually, here I'm going to get 2 TMs. Just so we can have a little bit more money. Because that gives us an extra vitamin. And then I can grab another freshwater. I can sell those TMs because we cannot use Ice Beam or Rock Slide. Speaking of which... and we can buy all right, so we can buy 3 vitamins. I think we go 2 calcium and 1 iron, or just 3 calcium. Maybe just 3 calcium. Let's just go all calcium. We can just hit really hard. I don't think we have any concerns about getting hit with physical moves except for the champion Sandslash, but I think we're going to be high enough level, and if we boost our special, we could have a good chance of one-shotting with Psychic. I think that's got to be our plan. Oh, wait. I'm walking back. I should be teaching this and flying back. That was silly on my part. Yeah. Being a physical electric type with no signature move is a fate worse than death, because Thunder Punch, Wild Charge, and Supercell Slam are all horrid. Yeah, they're not great. Physical attackers like Luxray are just, unfortunately, like, they have to climb up the hill, you know, to even become useful. They have an uphill battle. Anytime MD picks up a rare candidate, say, "Ooh, piece of candy." Interact with Pokemon Faints, Power Trick, Focus Sash, Save, Shuckle. Shuckle spams 150 base power Gyro Ball with 230 base attack for 4 turns. That'd be brutal. Oh, I didn't teach Psychic. Let's see. Team 29, Psychic to Megawatt. The place of Quick Attack or Seismic Toss. Play Seismic Toss, honestly. After that, we really have no purpose for it. After that Hiker battle, that's what it will be for. Give it an extra couple of PP. Save again, because now we have Psychic. And now we just go crazy mode. With Thunderbolt. 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 And Psychic for Sandshrew. And then Thunderbolt again. We crushing now. We do have the attack boost in battle, which you'll see the stats change on the Pokemon card. But outside of battle, it actually is better for us to use physical moves for now until we get the special boost later on. There's no reason for us to even save here, because we one-shot these. Because Psychic's just insanely good. I don't think there's any reason to pick up the HP up. I don't expect any real reason. I mean, we have okay HP. The more we can cut of those kind of things, the extra menuing, the extra thinking, the extra movements, the quicker we can make this playthrough. Because we're gonna have to try to make up for the Brock split. He's gonna be the goal. Rare Candy and Marowak. Well, we can use the Pokédoll to skip that encounter. I've never had that this glitch happen again, but one time on stream, I don't even remember which stream it was, but we had that battle glitch and trigger a second time when I was turboing the B button on the emulator. It somehow tricked the frames to trigger the ghost encounter a second time, even after we cleared it with the Pokédoll once, which was a very strange behavior. Okay, I honestly think that we just go straight to Erica after that, because Psychic will give us really good damage. We could also train on Bike Route, but I honestly think Erica might be possible right here, and not only possible, be fairly easy. What's your favorite Pokemon game soundtrack? Colton was asking. I actually really liked the Gen 5 music. I think it's really epic. Gen 1 is nostalgic, but it's not the best music. I mean, Gen 3 might be the perfect blend for me. Like the thing with the horns and the brassy soundtrack really work well for me. I think it's super, super fun. Ooh, nice crit. Do we one-shot? We do not one-shot. We can get hit by Sleep Powder or Stun Spore there, but Stun Spore is kind of the better option. And Repara's. Oh, he crits! That crit, if not for that crit, we probably won there. Let me try this again. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are also really great, though. Body Slam try to get Para? A Psychic does about the same as Body Slam, so probably going for the Para makes sense there. Psychic crit, nice. Psychic No crit, pedal dance, and psychic. Thunder shock. Is it quick attack probably? We get stab on it. And we're going to have higher special here in a moment. Not really in a moment, but we will eventually have higher special. We don't really need priority. We're so fast. Trick Room lasts for 5 turns, including the turn it's used, and it's so negative priority it always moves last. That does make it tough to use. I know that like it's a big thing in competitive play, but I've actually never used it in game. Once again, it really depends on you designing a team around it. Why did Gloom look like they were sunbathing for a year in the sun? Some of the yellow sprites are just aggressively colored for sure. It's the limited palettes for Gen 1 that you're seeing showing their symptoms there. Okay. Psychic, the Wheezing. That will be a 2-hit for this Wheezing. So we're going to actually do minimum battles here again. I honestly don't think we need a ton of training at any point. Because if we can get to Giovanni at around level 53, I think we're golden. And that doesn't require much extra training whatsoever. We're already to 35. I only have 6 more psychics. But I do have an ether. And I want to be 37. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight these fighting types I sometimes pick up because they are decent experience. This guy, and then I'm going to find the PP up here and fight this guy. Oh, actually, I don't even need the ether, technically, with the PP up. Maybe I do. It's going to be close. I do have the ether. PP up for psychic. Okay. And we're going to fight this guy. We do not quite have the level I wanted. There's 36. If we get 37, we have a free run through the Safari Zone without encounters. And that's the goal here. So I think that we just continue our cruise here. So I do think I grab that ether just for this. Or I could use an elixir. Probably would make more sense to use the elixir. It's less menuing, and we actually have an extra one for pretty much every run. So we could just use an elixir there. It survived on 1. Crazy. There's 37. No Screech. Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, we'll also fight that guy. We could use an elixir there. Our little bonus elixir. Now that means we can go straight to Safari Zone, which is beautiful. I love when you can just get the perfect level for Safari Zone without any need to overtrain. Trick Room has -7 priority. That's kind of wild. I didn't know that there was that many stages to negative prio. I've never seen that before. I've never looked. Very wild stuff. Okay. Oop, get the full restore, and then we're going to need to use another super repel right here because we're about to run out. And then we can go get a protein over here, which will have some use. We still will keep Body Slam, just kind of mostly for like the Alakazam, Kadabra, for Sabrina, that kind of thing. But it is decent coverage for like just to have a physical move. Let's go ahead and use the Carbos and the protein. Although I think we're about to go to Sylph. Yeah, that makes the most sense. So kind of actually not necessary to do that there. I probably will wait until Sylph to do that this time. Actually, don't need to heal here. I could heal in Sylph because we don't have any reason to come back here. Huh. Yeah, we're cruising. Okay. Yeah. We should be actually healing here because this is where we want to go back to later when we leave Blaine's gym. We have no reason to go back to Celadon. Okay. Minimum battles here probably. It's going to be just fine. It'll probably get us to 38-ish. Just to do minimum battles. We could go to 40. probably should go to 40 because we don't really need to go minimum battles. Yeah. Let's just pick up a couple of very quick battles here, including this guy. We might as well go to 40 because we need 53 for... I should be using Body Slam. What am I doing? I'm going to need 53 for Blaine. And I'm probably going to have 42 here if I go into the rival battle at 40. That would mean that... let me think this through. We could probably have 40... No, if we have to do a little extra training there anyway. If we want 53. Because we could have 45 by Blaine with pretty minimal training. Just planning out my future of the run here. We need at least 40 to kind of stay on target, I think, for what level we want. But we could do some training in a couple of places. I'm going to fight this guy, I think makes the most sense. It was 39. Okay, cool. I could skip the healing room, probably. If I... Yeah, I could probably skip the healing room. I should be waiting until I get all of the vitamins to use them in Sylph here. So I can get this, I can fight this guy, and then I could be 40 before rival. Now, is that going to be just enough? I don't know for sure. It's perfect 40. All right, let's see. I'm going to save before we use the item. Kind of see how this battle goes. We have the max potion from the SSN that we have not used yet. Just sitting there. Let's use this protein also. And, oh, we do have the hyper potion we just picked up too. So we have extra uses there. I probably actually have enough. I'm going to go ahead and save. Probably have enough psychic. I have 4. Let's go for it. I think we're good. How's our psychic damage? Okay, that's half damage. That's not great. I don't know if we're gonna be one-shotting later. We'll see. I think we can still survive maybe an earthquake, but maybe things are gonna be a little bit closer than I was hoping. Granted, Jolteon can't do much. Crit double kick is something. Oh, we crit too. Okay. All right. Well, hyper potion and elixir. Why not? We have the extra. Do 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 do. I'm gonna run with this level 40 for the 40 for the battles at Sylph. These last battles, not level 44, if that makes sense. I think is good enough because we do want to get like 10 more levels, but we do have a decent amount of running around still to do. Psychic. Thunder Punch? Sure, in the place of Thunder Shock. There's Thunder Punch. It makes an appearance. Guard Spec. You know what? Thunder Punch. Why not? Psychic. Psychic. And then Psychic. And Psychic. Cool. And we get through Sylph at level 42. Which is aggressive, but I think works. We have one trainer I can fight on the way south toward Blaine's gym, because I think that's where we want to go next. No, we want to go Koga, Doi. I can't do anything until we beat Koga. Is there actually some good training here, maybe? Better than Sylph? Because these guys are really good experience. the fact that he survived on 1 is just infuriating. Because I wasn't quite level 43. Wild. Yeah, I might as well fight these guys. They have very good experience. And I can just psychic them. And then body slam for a little bit of damage. And then psychic. Oh, I should have fought that other guy too. I'll probably be using psychic against Koga. So I'm gonna need to make sure I have enough uses of that. He doesn't have anything that's really good against me, so I don't think there's any reason for concern. We already outspeed significantly, even against Venomoth. Nice. The crit. Okay. Let's just go ahead and full restore. Go straight into this battle. Koga time. Psychic. Nice. We're not even level 45, which is usually my target for this. One shot, one shot, one shot. Okay, awesome. And we got the level up, so this is probably a 2-hit. Yep, 2-hit. Easy peasy. No concern whatsoever. We did get poisoned, which is a little obnoxious because I did not want to heal here. Because I need to get in the habit of not healing here so I can dig back to Saffron when we need to go back to Sabrina. Teach Surf to Coles and Strength. Hey, Pop-Tart. Welcome in, and I love that you're at the Eevee tier. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for being a longtime viewer. You're amazing. I'm going to go heal at Mom's place. Oh, this does reset my location. That's... oh well. Oh well. I just said I shouldn't have healed. On the other one, to not reset my location. Maybe I just need to bring 3 antidotes just for good measure this time. All right, let's fight this guy. This is the guy that gives really good experience because he's got some Sea Kings. And that helps significantly. Nice, okay. Because we only need 8 more levels until we are at Giovanni. That does make me think that we just actually... we're going to want a few more levels. Because I don't think... let me think here. I don't think that we get to level 53, even with the gym trainers necessarily. So I do think that we need to go up a couple levels in Sylph, probably, just so we don't have to train more. But we can also train really quickly out here, because Thunderbolt's going to just make these really fast battles. So like we could just take all these swimmer battles and have just faster training than Sylph, which might be worth. Because I think if we just fight most of these guys, I think... because all these out here in the water are good experience. I think... is it this guy? Or the other guy that's good experience? This guy's good experience on the very far edge. Okay, he's not the Magikarp guy. I think the other guy's the Magikarp guy. I think. I'm going to fight him just to like double check here. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, so both these guys are fine to fight. So we fight both these guys. The guy on the far... where's our little island? Oh, there's 2 guys right here. I think this must be the Magikarp guy. Is this Magikarp guy? Yeah, this is Magikarp guy. We do not want to fight this guy. Okay, that was double checking. This guy we skip for the next one. He's the only one we really need to skip. Everything else should be good training and probably faster than Sylph. We could get a little more training in Sylph if we wanted to just guarantee... yeah, if we wanted to guarantee the rival battle a little bit more. Not that there's really a purpose for that, though. It seemed perfectly good enough. That does mean we're going to have to heal in either in Cinnabar or... I guess we could still go back to Saffron and heal. Yeah, that's 48. Okay, perfect. I think 48's a much better place to be at. Going into the mansion. I like that. Okay. Can I actually just fly to Cinnabar? Cool. Actually, so we will actually want to heal in Saffron before going to Cinnabar. That way our waypoint is set. I'm talking through strategy now. That way when we're done with the mansion, we will have what we need for our waypoint on the next one. I'm almost out of super repels though. So I do think I might need this iron if we're not going to one-shot the Sand Slash. I think I have to. Should I have fought that guy? These aren't going to be the easiest battles. They're better than Giovanni's gym though, so I think I should take them. It's probably worth taking a couple of battles here. No more room for items. Get out of here, Toxic. Okay, calcium for megawatt and iron for megawatt. Here we go. Carbos also. There we go. Getting all buffed up. Okay. We'll fight this other guy just for a little bit more experience. There's a move called After You, Annie was saying. Sorry, I missed this chat from earlier. Which makes a Pokemon move immediately used in double battles for slower Pokemon, or in this case, faster Pokemon. Oh, like for Shuckle? Or other slow Pokemon, you'd use that? I think I missed the context there. But I did not realize that that's what that move did. Okay, we're done with this. And dig out of here. This is where we would heal after the swimmers and the battles in the mansion. Then we can fly back here. And we can fight just a couple of Pokemon, I think, here in a couple of trainers here in this gym. I think we fight yeah, I think we fight just the two Pokemon. I was realizing there's actually a couple of good battles for us in Victory Road. That could actually be important to note. We might be able to actually get some good experience there. Because Giovanni's not really going to be an issue since we do have an answer with Mimic. We'll be able to plan around him a little bit more. Light Screen? Hold up now. I don't think it's necessarily the move, but maybe for Blaine that could come in handy. Fight me. These two trainers only have one Pokemon, so they're pretty worth fighting. Ah, Fire Spin. You couldn't have just used Growl or Tail Whip? Do I have still a full restore? Cool. Let's go to Blaine now. Because I think if we could probably fight Giovanni at a slightly lower level and get the experience in Victory Road. That could be an interesting way to play this. Okay. Annie was saying the Darmanitan could have Zen Mode, Flare Blitz, Belly Drum, Psychic, and some special fire move. If Darm gets over 50%, it'll be too fast for Trick Room. But after you'll help it go first and Blitz. Oh, with After You. Okay. So it gets back to normal mode from healing after you trigger Flare Blitz from below half. Maybe something like Leftovers on Darm. And partner has After You, but also Heal Pulse. I've actually never been able to see the Zen Mode in person, like in a playthrough. We got a Darmanitan in our Gen 5 Nuzlocke on the channel, and then immediately I lost him, immediately in the next battle, basically. Ooh, we broke out of... Oh, we got burned! That's actually so unfortunate. Oh, we crit with Thunderbolt, though. Nice. Fire Blast. Oh, we're through! We're through on the first attempt. Cool. So without the burn, like that's pretty awesome. That doesn't feel bad, even like a little bit below level 50. But around level 50 might make a little bit more sense for the goal there. Let's go ahead and heal and go to Sabrina. Let's go ahead and hop on the bike. Go over here. I might fight the fighting dojo just for a little bit of extra experience. I think that would make sense to do. I think I could have done that before Blaine even. Because I believe that Psychic should just make this literally just a sweep on every single one. I don't think there's a single one that survives a Psychic in this entire gym. It's not like the craziest experience yield, but it is very quick battles if we are one-shotting everything. And I think it'll get us closer to 53 that we wanted for Giovanni, roughly. Since we have a couple of battles I think I could take very easily in Victory Road, I'm not too worried about it now. Once I thought that through, we could even go 52 and get the last level we need like after that. But you know. We got 51. Okay, let's go to Sabrina. Boom, 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 boom. And save. I think that this fight with Body Slam is easy, I'm assuming. I wish I had a game with Darmanitan so I could actually try this out. Annie was saying about the Darmanitan strategy. I like the strategy. I think you're onto something there, but I only know the theory of Zen mode. I've never actually seen it in practice. So maybe I'm overestimating how easy it would be to manage that, but it seems really cool. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, we just go to Giovanni's gym now. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. Oh, I jumped the ledge. There we go. Out of my way. Okay, save here. Let's knock out the mandatory trainers and then kind of see how much we need to get to 53 at that point, because I think we're going to be close. Psychic's great here for this gym. There's 52. That might be fine, because I can get probably an easy level in Victory Road. And I just need to be 55-ish. It might be worth fighting. Just this guy and the other tamer on the other side. Because it's actually, that guy's easy experience. The other two aren't really, they're ground types, so we don't want to really go after that. But we could go against this guy and go Psychic here on Arbok, and then Thunderbolt on Tauros. And then this guy is another black belt. And if we don't quite get it, there is another guy that has a Nidorino and Nidoking. But we got 53 there. Might as well fight him, though, right? Seems to make sense to me. Actually, this could mess up our leveling with badge boosts. So maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know how much that matters, because we are going to be using Mimic. Let's go heal, because I need my Psychic back. Although we do have 4. That might be just barely enough. Okay, let's go to Giovanni. Okay, let's use Mimic for Megawatt in place of Thunder Punch. We got 1 use of Thunder Punch. And we still have the rest TM. Perfect. Save. Cool. Here we go. Just don't get hit by an Earthquake from Dugtrio. So its special is actually much higher than its defense. I think Body Slam is the move here. Okay, I missed a Fissure. Cool. It failed the Fissure, and now I'm going to Mimic Double Team. Fury Swipes is a great start. Let me just start setting up Double Team. Double Team. Oop, the Slash hurts. Oop, okay. Oh, Slash on 6 double teams. That's rough. That's very lucky of Giovanni. Let's do this again. So body slam, the Doug Trio fails a fissure again. Perfect. We mimic double team. We set up the guard spec is lovely there. He's also setting up. I don't like that. He's got a +5. That's wild. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. 7, 8. There we go. Eventually we'll hit him. Psychic. We're badge boosted. We do get the level. Not that I don't think it matters too much. I think we would have gotten it with or without that other trainer anyway. We might have 55 after. So the level doesn't really matter there. We could get it easily in Victory Road, or we can do it in that gym and have the level a little sooner and skip the battles in Victory Road, because I think we're going to get the level we want after this battle right here. And then in that case, we just head straight to Elite Four. I think that would be the plan. That seems to make sense to me. We couldn't mimic Slash here. Might as well. Cool. He just went for Swift. Alright, the crit's nice. Slash the execute. Oh, it does survive. Okay, that's not a great start for us. Thunderbolt. Oh, excuse you, Thunderbolt. There's the level 55. Body slam and slash. Agility, pin missile, slash. Cool. Do I not have anything to heal that poison? Well, that's obnoxious. Let's go heal, and then we can just go straight to Elite Four now. So that extra trainer is overkill. We can skip the Nidoking trainer because we had plenty of experience without it. So a little bit of training in Giovanni's gym is what we need. So level 40 does work for Sylph. We do not need to over level there. That's awesome. We should have 11 rare candies here in a moment. Yeah, we already have 10. So that means we will have a lot of rare candies left for champion battle, which is where we want to use them. In theory, we should have no problem getting the level we want. If I'm like a level lower, I think we can still make it work, at least for this playthrough, and we can correct it in the next one. But I think we should be perfect where we want to be. Alright. Since we don't need any battles, I'm just gonna grab the rare candy, and then we can skedaddle with the bicycle. Let's skedaddle. Let's get out of here as quickly as possible. I'm going to repel again because we're about to run out, and use strength. Push, 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 push. Because this guy would be easy. He's a fighting type, so Psychic would crush him. Then there's a water type trainer here on this floor. Also, there's a guy with a Golduck that'd be easy experience. But I think it would just make the Giovanni and rival battles possibly just less good if we do the training after. And I don't think it's adding a ton of... Use the repel right here. I was actually much more efficient with my movements. I usually run out of my repel right before that spot. All right, Elite Four time. We are officially in the D tier for this run, but I think we're going to make some big improvements for Brock, and that's going to help a ton. Also, I'm going to know where I'm going to train, so that's going to help a lot. Did chat die or did it glitch again? I think it just died for a second. It's getting late, but we have a lot of viewers. So people are just chilling and listening to me ramble on, which is totally cool with me. I do not mind talking into to chat if you guys are just vibing. I do not mind. Okay, full restore, elixir, rare candy. We have rest there. We also need... no, that's it. Just rest, huh? That's the only other thing we need. Cool. Save. Let's go. Let's do Elite Four. New Racer says, I'm chilling. I'm cool with that. All right, we could set up. I don't know if there's really any reason to, because I think we probably one-shot the Jinx with Body Slam. Oh, we don't. She can Thrash. Not a huge concern. Lapras might survive one hit, but can't knock us out. It does open up the chance for a freeze, a very slim chance, but technically a chance. So, I don't know. Maybe not ideal, but seems okay. Faster that way. This, we can just Psychic the entire team. Do. I probably will set up Mimic for Agatha, because why not? It's probably going to help. There we go. And Agatha, done with the Hiker. Let's see how close we are, because we want to get to 59 is the goal here. Let's Mimic. Substitute. Once we're done with Lance, we want to be to 59. Thunderbolt here just to break the substitute. Then Psychic to KO. Oh, it doesn't KO. Their high special is helping significantly here. Ooh. Well, I didn't use substitute. I stole it. And then, oh no. I did use it. No, we didn't. Because we used once to steal it. I'm silly. I just moved right along without substitute. That got me confused. There we go. That's why you get substitute, because it blocks the confusion. We just got lucky there, and I was just cruising. Bruno might have 2 ground types, and we might have 1 electric type, but all 5 of his Pokemon are stupid. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, he's just bad. So as long as we finish this fight and hit level 59 at least by the second to last Pokemon, we're absolutely A-okay. Its defense is slightly lower, but Psychic is slightly better. I think Psychic is probably the move here. Special drop. Nice. Doesn't really matter if it's a 2-hit either way, it seems like. We can Mimic Ice Beam. It's always a good maneuver. And then we can technically Ice Beam or Thunderbolt the Pterodactyl, probably. I'm going to Thunderbolt for good measure. Just to overkill it. We did seem to get the right level at the perfect time where I could skip one Pokemon, that one trainer. Double check me there, chat. Did I level up on the Aerodactyl, or did I, after beating the Aerodactyl, or did I level up after beating the Dragonair? Because if we leveled up after the Aerodactyl, it might be a little close to cut a full battle. Because if we lose an entire level because of a bad call on the training, we're going to be in a bad place. But now we can go literally all the way to level 70. And we can save. Oh, I didn't even elixir, did I? Elixir. We want to teach Rest as well. I forgot this. Rest over Mimic, because Mimic doesn't really help us now. We could steal Earthquake, but if we did, we'd probably get KO'd. So we'd put. It's not really going to be worth. And nothing else on his set is going to be super useful. We leveled up on Dragonair. Cool. So we can just, as soon as we hit 53 in Giovanni's gym, just go straight to the battle. Right, here we go. We do have access to Reflect if we totally... Okay, the crit is not what we want to see. We do not one-shot. Not even really that close. Do we survive the Earthquake? We don't have the greatest defense, but also not terrible. So I assume that we do, because we are over-leveled. Yeah. That seems okay. It does mean that we have to do decent damage here. Oh! It's fully parried. It survived on a sliver. I think that might be a roll. And then we can rest here. Okay, Leech Seed first turn, not very nice. Body Slam. Leech Seed evaded, Body Slam. Stomp, and Body Slam. Cool. It's Gonzo. Thunderbolt the Cloyster. Thunderbolt the... Oop, quick attack. Thunderbolt the Ninetales. Crit, nice. Body Slam the Jolteon twice, probably. Parad, nice. Ooh, it might be close. 71 and defeated blue. There we go. Thank you, Brad, for double checking, by the way. That really helps because I want to be 100% sure on my level for the next run. Excellent. And we are in the Hall of Fame. That's the first run. It is D tier, but I think we learned a ton about Electabuzz on this run. All right, so that's a official real time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, 32 seconds, a game time of 5 hours and 11 minutes, and 11 resets at level 71 for Electabuzz. Not a terrible first run. Definitely some hiccups along the way. We are right about Aerodactyl and Electrode's placement on the D tier with that one. So that's not a great performance, but fixing Brock and being a little bit more efficient with our routing with leveling and not kind of backtracking and going in loops will help cut some time. B tier might be the goal here. I don't know if we can really bank on A tier. That'd be a huge improvement. That'd be a 22-minute time save. I think we can save like 10 minutes at Brock. I don't think we can save 22 over the run, though. I'd be shocked. I think that we could aim for under an hour and 10. I think that's going to be the goal here. Under an hour and 10, we'll get B tier. I think that's definitely doable. Where in the B tier? I would love to be high on the B tier. I just don't know if it's possible. So I think we aim for B tier. Under an hour and 10. As long as we hit B tier, I'm going to be happy. High B tier would be really good. A tier, I just don't know. I don't know if it's possible. We were talking a little bit. I was nicknaming, so maybe there's extra time loss that I can make up for. But we're going to run this thing again. This will be the official polished-ish run. You know, the second run. What I would call a polished run for this format. To try and get a true time for Electabuzz. At least as true as we can in 2 attempts. Yeah, I'm kind of guessing we're going to end right around between Squirtle to Butterfree. I'll not be surprised if that's where we land in the B tier, which is crazy to say. And it would be the highest placed electric type besides Zapdos. But I think the Brock split really holds it back. I think that's where we're at. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start us up again, reset us back to the beginning here. And clear our timer, clear our resets, and we're going to do a second run right now. Up select B to clear the save data. And we can go again. Anything despite my fondness for it. The Dratini line is strange. Dratini is a silly worm. Dragonair is a majestic worm. And then OMG, wife Dragonite is my wife. Baby girl, give me kisses. From majestic to wife. That is the Dragonair to Dragonite evolution. I love it. Okay. I too love the Dragonite line, Annie. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into run number 2. Electabuzz's final attempt. B tier maybe? Under an hour and 10. Let's make sure I'm clicked into the timer. 3, 2, 1. Second attempt. Let's go. This is the locked in mode. This is the speedrun central. We're going to be trying to cut every second of menuing. Every like extra step of wandering around the map in circles. We're going to really move. That's the plan. We like to move it, move it. Let's go. Electabuzz, super solid though for an electric type. Just having access to Psychic immediately is a huge upgrade for the electric type. No nicknames this one. We're just going to be rocking with Electabuzz. Let's go. Leer first turn, because why not? And then just quick attack with the bonus damage. We can 3-hit, even with a crit. So it kind of just guarantees the win. Cool. And Electabuzz is back. Let's go, Electabuzz. Let's go, buddy. Ooh, no encounters? Oh, one encounter. Nearly a clean Route 1. That's crazy. Okay. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. Bumping into stuff. Okay. Ah! Annie, you crack me up. Okay. Got the Pokeball back to Oak. We will need to get to level 8 here on Route 1. We did not get the encounters we got last time, which is good for that time to Oak, but does mean that we still need to train some here. But I can actually talk to this guy real quick and grab a potion, and then that can save us from healing. Probably worth it based on the last one. Now let's get to level 8. Get me to level 8. Right, come on. I think this is where we're going to need the potion after this one. Probably right now. Potion. And keep training. We're going to need... Ooh, that was a crit. We're going to need less potions as we get to level 7. But we might still need a heal. I was hoping we wouldn't have to, but it might be the case. The level 2 and 3 Rattatas might be much easier to deal with. Less experience than the Pidgeys, though. Gotta go, New Racer. Have a wonderful night, Colton. Hey, we got the hits through the sand attack. That's not bad at all. Okay. Things are getting a little rough. Level 2, we can deal with the level 2 Pidgey. How close are we? Oh, we're so close. Give me like a level 2. Level 4. Okay, no. Level 2. Rattata. Yeah, there we go. And it missed its tackle. There's level 8. Okay. Faster than backtracking all the way over here. I need to buy my items. Yes. Okay. Pokeball. Potion. 8. 3 antidotes this time because we ran out last time. And Paralyze Heal. Boom. Done. We didn't need the Paralyze Heal, but Glare is the reason we would need that. In theory. Okay. Yeah, we're all trained up. Let's go. Blue Battle. I'm going to save before it just in case. Because I don't think it's guaranteed, but I think it's likely that we win here. Annie, you are just a wild one. Growl from the Spearow is not what we want to see. Can we get a crit? Oh, more growls. Okay. Ugh, I was trying to get... some attacks in before sand attack. Oh, no. This is going so terribly this time. Come on. Give me a crit. Give me a crit. Give me a crit. Give me a crit. Oh, there's a crit. One more. Oh, no. First reset for Electabuzz already. Brutal. All of those growls from Spearow is craziness because it's just random. It's only a 1 in 3 to get growl. Okay, Leer's not as bad. Peck's not as bad. Man, that's crazy. Ah, sand attack. Turn 1 again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 2 sand attacks. We can't hit anything. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hit a quick attack. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, we're against the Jolteon team. That's crazy. And you were not gifted the ability to catch a tan from just being outside in the sun a little bit. Some people can tan really nicely, just like with a little bit of sun. Veggie just definitely has that genetics. I think it's from her dad's Guatemalan side specifically that gives her the like ability to tan like super well, like just from a little bit of sun. Okay, we could try to get a Pidgey here. Let's just fight this guy. No reason to try and delay for a Pidgey. We can just three hit this guy. Probably worth. If we have to backtrack anyway after. Oh, is it not a guaranteed 3? I think we low rolled all 3 hits. It might not be a guaranteed 3 hit. Oh, buddy. do 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 do. Level 10. We need level 15 for Brock. That does mean that we can use up all of our quick attacks here in the forest. Give me a Pidgey. Nope, that's not a Pidgey. Do 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 do. Quick attack, harden, quick attack. I'm gonna skip this Metapod. Let's go fight this Lass. Please do not growl too many times. We crit. Lovely. That means we are guaranteed to get through that. No problem. Do, 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 do. We're going to use up the rest of our moves before we go back and heal. And then we will continue with the forest. Because we know we need the training. Hello, Pidgeotto. One Leer to deal some extra damage in case it uses Sand Attack, which it did. Does not matter. We got the experience from the Pidgeotto. That's lovely. And he was saying that my lack of a tan is actually from lack of sunlight rather than inability to tan. You just don't go out into the sun. Fair. Hey, the sun isn't for everybody. If you don't like the out, you don't have to go into it. Why suffer if you don't have to, right? Whatever is your speed. All right, let's try to get a Pidgey. Maybe I walk through this Route 2 patch. Nope, still no Pidgey. All right, we're just going to walk through the grass and start knocking out some wild Pokemon and look for a Pidgey. That's not a Pidgey, that's a Caterpie. Level 12. Oh, wait, I already fought him. Metapod. Decent experience, but not a Pidgey. And my potential is unmeasured. I just like that phrase alone. My potential is unmeasured. Too powerful for this world. Also too hot in Texas. Fair. Absolutely fair. Before our move, we were out in the desert in Southern California. And the heat out there is insane. I don't know how comparable it is to your area of Texas. I know some areas of Texas are quite similar to the inland empire of California, where it's the big desert land. And it's brutal. It's very brutal. Have I not seen a single Pidgey in this forest yet? That feels wild. I think it's a 10 or 15% chance for a Pidgey. I don't think we've seen a single one. Or else I'm crazy. There's one. We might KO it now at this point. Yeah, we do. We need a higher level Pidgey now. Which should be doable with how much training we still have to do. But still. Like, come on. Give me not a level 4 Pidgey, but a 6 or an 8. My potential is unmeasured and only my only restraint is this vessel. I got interrupted by that. By knocking out another level 4 Pidgey. It's crazy. Let me read that again. My potential is unmeasured. The only restraint is this vessel. Primeape about to evolve. That's definitely like Annihilate type of quote right there. I love it. Pidgeys are too weak now. We're going to have to get a Spearow on the other route at this rate. Let's go and knock out the Light Years trainer, I guess. Do-do-do. Two quick attacks should easily handle this guy. And let's just Leer like once and quick attack. Ooh, crit. Nice. There's 14. This is also a Pidgey. Oh, Pidgey territory. They're level 3 here. So that doesn't really help us that much. Even lower level. Give me a level 8 Pidgey. Sometimes all we see is like the high level Pidgeys. But now we want to see one and they don't show up. How rude is that? At least the upcoming route with Spearows, they're like level 10 to 12, I think, or 8 to 12, which is easier to catch without knocking out. There we go, level 6 Pidgey. And we crit it. Okay. Maybe no Pidgey, maybe Spearow. Level 8 Pidgey. There we go. Thank goodness we got the Pidgey. We have our flyer. Oh my gosh. I was wondering if it was going to happen. If God wanted to kill me, he lost his chance. Me quoting Annihilate. I mean, it's definitely like one of those aura Pokemon that just has this like just energy to it that I love. It knows its mission and it's not going to give up. Forest is the best place to train in yellow, by the way. In red and blue, it is not. Typically, you want to train on Route 3, which is that patch of grass. I think is that Route 3 or Route 2? That's Route 2 still. Just south of Pewter. Route 3 is the next route. But Route 2 is usually where you want to train for red and blue, because the encounters are actually much more rare in that game. In the forest, they actually have a much lower, I believe, 1 in... it's like a 12% chance, whatever that is, 1 in 6. No. 1 in 8 chance of an encounter per tile, rather than 1 in 4. A 25% chance encounter in yellow. Plus, there's a lot of squares that there's no encounters in red and blue. All right, 2 Leers was what we did. And then we could 4-hit, except that the crit might make that not happen. I think we still 4-hit. Barely. Okay. I'm going to set up 1 Leer. And then we're just going to wait for a Bide. Not bind, bide. Use bide now. Oh my gosh, we got to reset a Brock. Okay, come on. Come on, come on. We're starting to dip into our 10-minute lead I wanted to gain here. So even 15 is not guaranteed. We have a much better chance. It's not guaranteed. 1 in 8. Yeah, I think you're right, Annie. I think that's the correct math there. Bide. There we go. Ooh, bide. Perfect. Lovely. Now he's only going to bide, isn't he? I think we just can KO him no matter what now. Nice. So we gained about 8 minutes, I think, on the Brock split. We did still get a reset to Brock and to the rival on Route 22. Not totally clean, but we will take it, I guess, because that's the only option. Let's go. We'll save just so we don't have to do that Brock battle again, because it's awful, just in case something goes wrong. And now we just cruise through these battles and the one super nerd, and that's it besides the required battles. Yeah, basically a 1 in 8. Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's an exact 1 in 8 or if it's a 12% flat. Something like that. Encounter rate in red and blue. I don't know the exact number, but it's about that. It's about half of what the encounter rate is in yellow. Plus the empty tiles in red and blue that have no encounters make it even lower than that, like in practice. The side sprite of Electabuzz that I made here kind of looks like a Digimon, honestly, when I'm looking at it. How I calculated it with a calculator. Well, I'm very proud of you for calculating with a calculator. I mean, if you were like cooking with a calculator or something like that, I'd be a little worried. Silly jokes. Okay. Mount Moon time. Let's heal. Get our quick attacks back. Let's go pick up Mega Punch. Let's go. Run, 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 run. That was a pretty good stretch without encounters. Oh, nice. No encounters until him. That's a good roll. That is a good streak to have. Nice. 2 hits. Guaranteed 2 hit, I think, on Voltorb. Nice with a crit just to seal the deal. Grab that potion just for good measure. And the rare candy. Let's go get Mega Punch and get out of here. Oh, I didn't actually need to fight him. I was like, we need to get the TM, and I was like, oh, we just fight him. I think it's gonna be fine though. Yeah, easy battle. TM1. Let's just go ahead and use that. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. One extra battle we didn't need, but that is not the end of the world. At least it went very smooth. And maybe gives us better luck with our Mega Punch than we had in the first run, because we missed a ton of these here. At this point, Mega Punch, go. Mega Punch! I choose you! Oh, nice. Yeah, that was smooth. I like that little hop animation. It's really cute. Do, 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 do. Mega Punch! Quick attack! Mega Punch! Mega Punch! Oh, we just barely didn't have enough damage with a crit. Okay, that was all lovely. Let's go ahead and heal, grab the rare candy, and then head to blue. Oop. Oh, love you too, Electabuzz, but I need the rare candy, actually. Sorry, Electabuzz, I did not mean to talk to you. Okay, save and blue. 17 minutes. That's a pretty slow split to get to Cerulean, but it is what it is. Okay, no growl. We love that. Oh, okay, he failed the sand attack. Failed the second sand attack. Okay, that's lucky. That's very lucky. Like I thought, the extra battle in Mount Moon somehow gave us incredible luck, and now we just can't hit a Mega Punch. Okay. Tail Whip. Oh my gosh, come on. Hit the Mega Punches. You didn't get sand attacked. Annie said, I just saw some garbage AI art that attempted to make an AK-47 revolver and shotgun at the same time. The art was crap, but the idea is the idea is aura. It definitely is a vibe to have a gun that just is this monstrosity of a creation, but kind of just the chaos is the goal. I like it. I could have taught Bide. At this point, we don't really need it. I realized I was going to teach that, but wrap. Okay. I was like, this is probably not the best one to use some quick attacks on because it can use that. Yeah. Okay. Trying to not use as many Mega Punches because we want to save a couple more than we did last time. But for anything with Sand Attack, then just get it out of the way. Okay. Nice. I think I have actually a lot more Mega Punches already, so I'm just going to start using it again. Hey, Justin. Finally back in time for a relaxing stream. I love it. Thank you. Welcome in. This is our second run with Electabuzz. We got a D tier finish on the first one because we actually had a lot of problems with Brock. We still had some problems because Brock just is a pretty rough battle for Electabuzz here. It was still 12 minutes just to get past that first gym badge, or 13 minutes or so. But now we're at the point we can actually start making some moves. I missed Mega Punch again. 2 crit karate chops. Rude. Nice, we crit. Oh, and we crit again. Gorgeous. I love the crits. We'll just heal all the way because we have a few more battles to do. The gun had a revolver-based shotgun stock, but a barrel above the rotating cylinder, and then the revolver barrel, but it was an AK barrel ending. Yeah, none of it makes any sense. Oh no, I'm missing everything now. All right, fine. We're just gonna quick attack. Get out of here. And fight this guy. AI is really funny to see, like, where people use AI to make art and then just like don't check their work at all. You just have like the worst looking art you've ever seen, because it's just like things that don't make sense and they just didn't catch it because they don't really know what to look for. It's really funny that just exists now. Like, you can double check people's work with AI art because they're just not checking themselves to like fix it. It's like the easiest way to tell if it's AI art. or just like the general style, because I feel like AI art has kind of come to like a very kind of homogenous style at this point, which I'm glad that it's as easy to point out as it is still. There definitely will come a day where it's just getting harder and harder, right? It's already a lot better than it used to be a few years ago. It was like the thing with AI art having a zillion fingers, but it was guns. I mean, the zillion fingers thing, I feel like is going to be a running joke for our generations. That like eventually in the future, young people will be like, "What are you talking about? AI used to do that?" It's like, yeah, AI used to be an absolute abomination. Oh my gosh, hit a Mega Punch. Don't hit yourself in confusion. Oh my gosh, okay. We're just going to go straight into this battle. Mega Punch. Crit, nice. Mega Punch. Not crit, Mega Punch. Crit, nice. Didn't even take a single point of damage. Once again, 2 Misty battles in a row tonight that have not dealt us any damage whatsoever. Incredible. I also saw Art of Lightning McQueen and Optimus Prime utilizing as one. But that one had the soul of a human, so it was charming? That's a wild creation. Quick attack, just to make sure we get the knockout. Thank you for dig. Let's go 2 million. It's almost time for a body slam. That dialogue box is like really long if you can't close it at the perfect timing. But if you do, it's like it immediately disappears from screen. Very weird. And even with turbo buttons, I don't always catch it. I think it might have to be the A button, not the B button. I'm not really sure. So I needed a human touch to not be terrible. Yeah. All AI art really needs a human's touch to not just be obnoxious in some way or another, frankly. Oh. Okay. Let's just go get these items. I'm going to grab that ether. It was actually helpful last time. And there. I probably could have just grabbed the ether on Route 25, and it would have been a little bit faster, if I can speak, a little bit faster than going into the extra room, but I didn't think about it until there. And Mega Punch, the Nidoran, Mega Punch again. Get the frick out of here. Give me Body Slam. Okay. We now have Body Slam. We have acquired the body to slam. Alright. Body Slam time. Now we just crush everything in our path. Candy and use a potion. Let's go. Let's go. This battle should be a piece of cake with Body Slam. A Body Slam. A Body Slam. Parad slash Body Slam. Body Slam. Easy peasy. He's got 7 Body Slams for Surge. Alrighty. We are out of here. After the Brock split, everything goes much better. Because we'd be around like 16, 17 minutes. If the Brock split was like a 4-ish minute Brock split like some of our good runners. Which is a shame. Because this is a very good runner besides that specific issue. Like, we actually do quite well across the board. Give me potion. Save. Let's go. If an AI made art, but that AI isn't sentient and controlling a robot, I'm not interested. Fair. And KO. Easy Surge. No reset to Surge today. Only to Brock and Rival. Let's give Thunderbolt to Electabuzz in the place of specifically Leer. And let's get our bike voucher, and then we can head back. I do need to get seismic toss, because for self-destructing hiker, we're going to have to get really lucky if we don't go get that. And I don't want to bank on that much luck. It's always going to be somewhat luck-based. But I don't want to go that hard in the paint. You can promote your AI art when you had Wally paint it on a canvas. But an accompanying piece painted by Eve. Okay. There's bicycle. Let's go get... Okay. I might actually get off the bike here. Okay. Cut this tree. TM19. Hop back on the bike. Now we fly back here. We're all healed up, ready to go. Whoop. All right, let's go. I'm going to move my moves around here because Thunderbolt is the go-to, except for this, not this battle. Oh! Oh, no. We got parried on turn 1. That's like literally worst case scenario. Okay, Wrap missed. I should have saved because we have a chance to lose now. Just because Wrap. Perma Wrap. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Amazing. Okay. That could have been even worse than it was. I mean, the AI was Wally Disney, you hacks. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and save in case something goes wrong. I can potion and I can... Where's my repels? There's my repels. Hell. I feel a little laggy for some reason. That was weird. Okay, body slam, body slam. Double Bone Club is not really what I wanted to have happen there. I'm just going to go ahead and potion. Assuming that I'm going to take a little bit more damage in these next ones, and then I can max potion from there. Thunderbolt. And then fight me. Random Lass. Body slam. Body slam. You missed your sleep powder, which I appreciate. And your leech seed. Wonderful. I'm going to have to max potion here. And I'm going to teach Seismic Toss while I'm stopped. In place of Mega Punch. And then we're going to go again until I run out. My repel ended a little early. Oop, nope, not that far over. There. I use the cave walls for reference of how far to go each time. Geodude, get out of my way. I'm trying to get in position to save. Okay. This should be better with Seismic Toss than it was without. Just because I can 2-hit and have less chance of self-destructs. Yeah, that's where we have a problem. Yeah, that's where we have a problem. 3 self-destructs in a row. If we were using Body Slam, that would happen much more often. Because we wouldn't have a way to knock them out so quickly. 1 quick reset. 1 self-destruct. I think we might be okay still. Nope, because it crits. Dang, self-destructing hiker. 2 resets. I feel like that's the most resets we've seen in a minute from him. He genuinely can be an issue for a lot of Pokemon. We haven't seen him be an issue in a minute, but... There's the self-destruct. Okay, we have to not get self-destruct this turn. Rock throw. We're fine. Okay, wow. That was not the easiest thing. I think we're a little low health, but I think we're gonna be okay. A little worrying, but you know, I don't think we need to heal for this next battle. Oop, this way, and this way. Thunderbolt! And Thunderbolt! Level 30. Nice, okay. Oop, there, right there. That spot will make it so I don't run into a trainer if I go a little too far. Elixir and Nugget. Okay. Let's go heal. Oop, wrong way. And that. Heal. And now we can go to Rocket Hideout. Fight me, random dude. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We're gonna get the PP up. I did not get the other one, I don't believe. Which I should, just because it's good to have a little extra moves to prevent so many heals. Okay, let's dig. Hop on the bike because I need to go 2 places. I need to go here, cut, and get that one, and then I need to go to the mart. Okay, and we can go here, sell these 2, sell TM11, sell TM34. Yes. We need to keep 44, and we need to keep everything else. Okay. Buy Super Repel 10. Yeah, you should eat dinner, Annie, if you have not yet. It's getting late. 2 Pokédolls. Go. And vending machine for... Actually, I think I'm fine there. Oh. Ooh, I may or may not be fine there. I don't know. Sell TM13. Buy calcium 3. Yes, perfect. Just enough. Okay. Calcium, calcium, calcium. There we go. And we are out of here. 32 minutes now. We've come a long way in only less than 20 minutes from proc. We are already done with the shopping in the mid-game. Okay. Now this is gonna fly here so we can open up Saffron. And we can get finally Psychic. Here. Mr. Psychic. And then I can quickly teach Psychic. Play some Seismic Toss because we're done with that now. There's literally only 1 battle we need that for. And then we can fly. And let's go ahead and use our PP ups while I'm thinking of it. We're going to want them. 1 for Psychic. And 1 for Thunderbolt. Save. And let's go. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is so good for being so early. Psychic for Sandshrew. Also crazy that it's so early in Gen 1. Psychic and Earthquake being... and Thunderbolt really being... And Ice Beam, I guess, and Celadon. So many TMs that are available way probably too early in Gen 1. But they make the mid-game like a huge power spike from many Pokemon. Okay, we'll get this Elixir. I'll skip the HP up again. We didn't really need it. Elixir. And boom. Healed. Last floor of these guys, and we have Team Rocket. Do 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 do. All right, we're Candy and Marek. And Team Rocket. Very smooth sailing now. 4 resets, though. Not the cleanest run in the world, but that's the self-destructing Hiker and Brock. Both going to be just kind of rough battles. Oh, hello, I'm poisoned. I have plenty of HP, though, so I can heal in Celadon. Let me out. Okay, fly. Celadon. Now we went to Erica, which wasn't a perfect battle, but might as well get her out of the way now, because it is a pretty likely battle that we win. And there we go. There's not a ton to worry about for this battle, especially this first one. This was very easy. One shot, one shot. Yeah, 33. That means this is a guaranteed one shot. And we can save here just in case, because we had one reset only. Let's see. 4 badges before 37 minutes. Let's find out. Body Slam was a little bit better because we got the Para chance. Nice. Mega Drain, Body Slam. Oop, done. Not that. Oh, and I got put to sleep. I went for the wrong thing. Psychic. There we go. Psychic. Stun Spore. Pedal Dance, Psychic. Okay, we're fine. Sure, let's place a Quick Attack. We got Thunder Shock. Okay. That was rough because I did a silly, but you know what? It worked out in the end. In the end, it didn't even matter. Okay. Now, bicycle. Let's go to the bike route. Away! Oop. And Super Repel. And oop. Flute. Wake up Snorlax. Move aside Snorlax. And bike route. Okay, minimum battles here. Well, not minimum battles. Only the essential battles here. No extra on top of that. Because it works absolutely fine. Just to go this guy, the 2 with fully evolved fighting types. Ooh. Should have used Thunder Shock, really. Is that a roll, or is it just I'm a little... No, it's a roll. Okay. And we can get the rare candy. And I'll fight this guy. Get the PP up. Use it for Psychic. There it is. Use it for Psychic. Fight this guy. And then the last guy on the route and the guy with the 2 other fully evolved poison types on the opposite side. Those are all the best experience yield trainers. That was kind of wild routing. Okay, Psychic. There's 36. I just need 37, which should happen on the next trainer. And that's totally great. And then we just need level 40 in Sylph. It was a very, like, I was guessing just based on muscle memory from, I played this a long, like 2 years ago. An Electabuzz run, I think. On my, like, just on my own when I was doing them. We don't need Screech, Psychic, Wild, Thunderbolt. Let's go. The Antidote. So we have a little while to go to the Poke Center. Okay. And oop, bicycle. Get me to the Safari Zone. Away. All right, that gets us to the Safari Zone. Why is that, Annie? I too am a little stupid sometimes. What's up? I won't use the rare candies. The vitamins, until I'm in Sylph and I've picked up all the other ones because it is better for efficiency that way. And I don't terribly need them for the fights that we're going into. They don't make a huge difference, I don't think, until Rival. Give me Surf, and I am out of here. Various reasons I've sat in bed on my phone since 4 p.m. I mean, yeah, maybe. That might not be a great thing. But you're here having fun. There's that. Okay, Sylph time. Okay. Take me to Sylph. It's just the human condition to be a little stupid sometimes. It's true. Justin timing in. Okay. Psychic. Easy one shot. Give me another vitamin and another rare candy. Beautiful. I'll go down 3 floors. Oh, wait. Fight this guy because he's good experience. Thunderbolt. Oh, quick attack. Psychic. Psychic. Thunderbolt. And it's him. He's him and he is going. Okay. Good experience. Fight this guy. Body Slam the Electrode in case it uses light screen. Nope. Psychic. Gonzo. Okay, so we need to go... Oop. Once again, a little laggy. I don't know what's up with that. Wrong floor. That threw me off. A little bit of lag on my frames for some reason. Don't love that. I'm not dropping any frames from my emulator, but I think my PC's probably getting a little toasty. So what that typically means. Nice, level 39. Very close to what we need. Very close. That should mean that we are level 40 after this last battle. To get to... Oh, no more room for items. Toss. One too many items. There we go. Now we're set for using all of our vitamins here in just a moment. Let's just use them now. Calcium, Electabuzz. 2 proteins. Use those proteins. Get swole. Carbos. Get speedy. Okay, cool. Hyper potion and this guy. That should get us 40, and then we can go straight into the rival battle at 40, right? Right? 40! Yes, perfect. Okay. Here we go. Actually, I only have 1 healing. Oh, we have 2 full restores. We're good. I was like, I don't want to use it if it's my only 1. Okay. Nope, there's nothing else to do. Save. I don't need to do anything else. I was filling with it. There was nothing else I needed to do. No. Sand attack's actually the worst thing it could do for turn 1. Hate that. Okay, we're not getting terribly unlucky so far, so please let that continue. 41. Like slam. Okay, disabled the Thunderbolt. That's not the end of the world now. Don't need it, actually. Oh, we're so close. Okay, there we go. We got it. All right, we should be able to beat Team Rocket and then heal before Giovanni. And he was saying one day I'm going to look 70 and have a cane and say, now you youngins have fun, and start walking away with, and my sister will say, you're less than 2 years older than me, and then she's only 30 still. Do you already feel that old, Annie? Sure, in place of Thundershock, we'll teach Thunder Punch in case we need it. I'll full restore once here, just so this is guaranteed. Because the Needle Queen can be an issue because she's just fantastic. Ooh. We don't actually have a ton of PP left for Psychic. That works. We made it through. Not by much, but we made it through. Which I'm glad because I did not save. Okay. Let's heal here. Alright, so now it's Koga time. Let's go, Koga time. Nyum nyum. We can save. Fight these 4 trainers that are decent experience. We got the roll that time. And we got the level 1 Pokemon earlier. That works out well for us right there. Fantastic. Fight the next guy. Hey, Fruitful, you're late, but I was early for the comments, a whole 24 hours early. Well, welcome in, Fruitful. Nice to see you here. Always happy to have you in chat. Wow, we were missing so many psychics. There we go. And he was saying, oh, not yet. No, but I'm probably closer to being 40 in my soul than my parents. They're turning 50-ish soon. Oh, no, I missed the attack. Silly goose I am. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I'm going to use that ether. Because things are getting a little hairy. Okay, we need to get to Koga without any more issues, please. Fantastic. That doesn't mean we have only 1 full restore for this point. We just got to use it, I think. I was debating. No time to debate. Let's go. We didn't have any issues here last time, but I don't want to bank on it to the point of not healing. Because that could just spell disaster. We still one-shot all the Venonats. Very good. And there's the double team, but we still hit. Not bad at all. Okay. Let's go get our strength HM. Give me strength. Thank you. And then Squirtle, as always, is our surf and our strength. Thank you, Squirtle. Blessed be the Squirtle. Let's go. Fruitful, you feel like you're in your 20s. Sad it's not true. I mean, hopefully that means it's a good thing, right? Because that means you're younger than you are, hopefully. Could be worse. Feel younger than you are is kind of the best place to be at. I probably should have healed. Now it doesn't really matter too much because I think we can honestly sweep all of these battles. We do have one more elixir I can use too if we need it. So we can use that here or in Giovanni's gym. And that should put us right where we need to be. How old are you, Fruitful? I always assume a lot of people are around my age in the group, like in the chats, in the the Discord groups we have. Just because like with similar interests, I'm assuming similar age groups, but it seems like sometimes there are outliers. We definitely have some people that are younger than I expect. That are still big fans of retro Pokemon. And a lot of the old stuff, like Coles, who's an old soul. Are you 40, Fruit? No way. You seem like, you know, still in your 20s or maybe 30. I would never have guessed. You're still young at heart for sure. Probably should be using Thunder Punch, but we can use that in the next battles if we need to. Ooh, probably I'm going to regret that when we fight. Oh, no, it's not a Tentacruel. Tentacruel has good special. Okay. Bro is young. Grab the iron. You're only as old as you feel, and Fruitful is young. Absolutely. Did we need this battle? No, we did not. We did not take it last time. We had the perfect experience. Just by happenstance. Oh, I should have psychicked. Oh, I definitely should have. Got poisoned. Antidote. Luckily we have extras, Carbos, and calcium. Yes, okay. Have all of the items we need. Carbos. Lovely. Let's grab these rare candies we need and this last fight against this guy. I think we did fight him. And press the switch, grab the rare candy, grab this secret key and the other rare candy. Probably the two rare candies that are the closest together in the entire game. Definitely, I believe. Actually, the closest. Oh, I need to heal. Because we need to go back here after. We only fought 2 trainers in here, which were this guy and the next one. I don't have a healing item though. I had a healing item last time. Hopefully we get the 50-50 of no damage, or actually more than that, because also Fire Spin has terrible accuracy. Oh, or a crit. All right, we're exactly basically the same level we were last time, which is beautiful. We can go straight into this fight against Blaine. just hope for good luck, because Blaine is tough in yellow. Thunderbolt. Flamethrower, no burn, please. And... oh my gosh. Come on. We did get badge boosted there. Fire spin, fire spin, fire spin. Stop spinning that fire. Thunderbolt. Reflect. Thunderbolt. Flamethrower, survive, and Thunderbolt. Very good. Barely, but we got it. We got it, we got it. Okay. Awesome. Let's heal. Go grab Mimic. And go to Sabrina. Actually, no, we did Fighting Dojo as well here. Which is a good plan. It worked out wonderfully last time. And we don't need Psychic for Sabrina's gym anyway. Feels like he's in his 20s. And so yeah, he's young. Absolutely, Justin. Absolutely. If you still feel in your 20s, no matter what age you are, you're doing good. Because being in your 20s is kind of like prime time, right? I don't know though. Being 30 and 31 so far, I've enjoyed my 30s too. I feel like I have my stuff more together, you know? Have my shiz all put together. The school in Oz specifically. Do 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 do. And one more Primeape, and then the last trainer, and that should give me 51. Perfectly in time for Sabrina, if everything is worked out exactly as last time. So I really liked that routing last time. Awesome. And we go here. Up, down, down, left, and that gets you to Sabrina. Oop, save. Fight Sabrina. We outspeed everything on her team. Quite handily, I believe. So we Body Slam KO. Body Slam KO. And then I think this is a 2-hit unless we crit. Recover. Makes it a 3-hit. Reflect. Still KO. Awesome. Now get me out of here. Dig. Let's go. Viridian, and we can heal. That's crazy. Like, I feel like this is on fantastic pace. We still have a few battles to do. This is maybe an A-tier pace, though. Maybe. This is feeling very, very solid. A few quick resets, which is not the end of the world. But we need to get to 53 here as quickly as we can. Maybe that's why the emulators felt like it's lagging, is because I'm just inputting so much faster than average tonight. Because I do feel like this has been very snappy for the most part, on my part. The emulator maybe has lagged a couple of times, but I feel like I've been more on point tonight for some reason. Now this next 2 battles should get me 53. Nope. Shouldn't have done that. Should have done Thunderbolt. Okay. I believe this guy should give me 53. Yep. Okay, perfect. Everything is working as intended. I'm going to... let's just... Oh. Did that wrong. There we go. Let's just run to Giovanni. I'm almost full health. I can teach Mimic. Place of Thunder Punch. Save. Okay. Let's just see how it goes. I'm near full health. It all just comes down to not getting hit by an earthquake. Oh, we crit. Perfect. We Mimic, double team. Guard Spec is perfect again. Screech is fine as long as we get fully set up. Slash will not take Screech into account. And then we can Thunderbolt the Persian. It did not set up once. Psychic, the new Queen, and the new King. We don't lose our badge boost, so they're guaranteed 1-hits. Oh, and for Rhydon, we don't lose our badge boost. Incredible. No to Thunder. Guaranteed hits. Guaranteed KOs. Beautiful. Actually fantastic. Okay. That was so clean. That was the best Giovanni run in a minute. I mean, I'm feeling younger than my 31 years, just calmer than I was in my 20s. I've noticed that. I mean, you just, as you're into your 30s, and I'm not in my 40s, but into my 30s, I feel like you just handle things better than in your 20s. Like things are less stressful. You can kind of take a step back in a lot of situations that it's harder to when you're younger. And those things are benefits. Big benefits. It took in sunlight, didn't do status. That's great. Slash actually might be best for Ninetales here too. It's kind of fine. Thunderbolt. Slash and slash. There's 55. Perfect. We should be right on target then. Let's get to the Elite Four. We might be able to have an A tier finish here. That would be actually fantastic. Oh, I immediately missed the next two turns, don't I? Okay. Surf on Squirtle. The older I get, the worse things get, but the better I get at handling them. I think that's a good way to think about it, Annie. I paused for a second there. I shouldn't have. Okay. Let's see. Boop. Super Repel. Strength. Let's go get the rare candy. Let me just double check. Do we have 10? 10. Perfect. I don't want to get to the Elite Four and not have the proper level. That is my fear. Whenever you're at the wrong level for the Elite Four, things can go very badly. Because for Gen 1, if you're not at the right level, things can get nigh impossible very quickly, as we've seen before on some of these streams. Like the Machoke first attempt. If you're just underleveled, I mean, Machoke was significantly underleveled, but if you're underleveled, things are just... You cannot force your way through some battles. Certain battles, you just need to prepare better. Like Brock, I guess, for this run. If we were not level 15, the chance of getting past Brock was very slim. Very slim. Okay, there's that. We can just head on. I should have used a repel first. There we go. And bike and go again. That helps me on that corner. Because sometimes the little cornering on the bike in Mount Moon, in Victory Road, is confusing. The Sylph music from Gen 1 is just a banger. I think this may be the best track from Gen 1. There's definitely more iconic ones, but this one just goes crazy. Okay. All right, let's double check I have everything. So I need the full restores at the top. I've got my elixirs. I got the extra one still. And rest. I think that's everything I need. My rare candies, of course. That means I got everything I need. I'm good. Let's go save. And go. Thunderbolt. Ooh. Barely survived. Thunderbolt should KO. Thunderbolt does good damage. Oh, crit KOs. Body slam. Double slap. No problem. And this is a 2-hit. Please do not blizzard. Confuse Ray is pretty rough, but we got it. We got it. The Silphco theme is anxiety, and holy shit, there's another floor. How tall is this building? That was the trippy experience when playing Gen 1 for the first time. It's like it just kept going and going. It's the only area like that. It was also one of the last additions, I believe, to the game. So, people... I think the developers weren't sure that how long it was going to go, and then when you're playing it for the first time, the first players, like me, in the early days when I first played it, I was, amazed that the area was so big. Because nothing else in the game is like that. It just keeps going and the challenge keeps continuing. You find your rival, you're like, oh, that was a huge boss battle. And then there's the Team Rocket again. You're like, oh, that's intense. Team Rocket's back. And then, it just keeps going like that. Over and over. Substitute broke. I'm just going to Psychic. 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 Get out of here. There you go. On the boat. And we just Psychic everything else. Psychic like crazy. Electabuzz. Go nuts with it. Which 58. Psychic, you break my substitute. I don't care. I outspeed. Okay. All right. Safe. We don't need rest yet. That's for champ battle. Let's go. Red doesn't talk, but if he was wheezing by the time he got to Giovanni. Yep. Team Rocket was the only one. Wasn't the only one with wheezing on the last floor there. Okay. Psychic seems to make the most sense. Okay, Mimic, Ice Beam, and then we just Ice Beam. Do Thunderbolt here just because I worry. There's 59. Perfect. Very perfect. Literally only one extra battle that we did not need, but near perfect on the experience curve, what we needed. Very near perfect. We need to teach rest in place of Mimic. And then we need to rare candy up to 70. We're only at 102. We have the potential to be A tier. Maybe. Let's see if we can. All right, that's it. Champ battle. If this all goes well, we're A tier. Still behind Magmar, but very good finish. Let's see if we can do it. Crit! Amazing. Okay, no crit there, but that's fine. We'll take a hit. And then we can just Body Slam, try to get a para. Hypnosis. Okay, we're asleep. We're asleep. Leech Seed. Sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. Woke up. There's the barrage. And we can rest. That fixes that problem, but he does just spam a bunch of moves. This is going to be a problem. There's the para. Okay, that helps a lot. Okay, if he's para'd, that's going to help some. The Leech Seed is really obnoxious. Oh, there's the crit. And fully paralyzed. And we hit again. Okay. Ooh, we're close. As long as it's on this attempt, we are good. Fuse Ray is rough. Come on, Electabuzz. Jolteon Body Slam. Fuse no more. Parad. And Pin Missile. And just let us knock you out. 71 and defeated Blue. Woo! That is an A tier finish for Electabuzz. Fantastic performance. I genuinely did not know if low A tier was going to be possible. I said it. I wanted it to happen. But I genuinely thought B tier would be like kind of optimal. No, a pretty clean run. A couple resets, quick resets to Self-Destructing Hiker. One to Brock. One extra one to the first Route 22 rival. Rival 1B, I think is what it's called. And then one extra trainer we ran into in Mount Moon that we shouldn't have, but it was very quick. Kind of perfect as far as it could have been. Annie with a shout out to silent somewhat androgynous RPG children, points at Red and Frisk from Undertale. Fantastic though. That is an official real time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. A game time of 4 hours and 3 minutes. 4 resets and level 71 for Electabuzz. Very fantastic level curve that we figured out on the first run. That worked beautifully for this one. Electro Bro, my boy, got the tier he deserves. I love it. A tier. Let's pull up the tier list here. A tier. It is right at the tail end of A tier. Right behind Rhydon, which does mean at some point when we continue to tighten the tiers as more Pokemon come in, it might get pushed to B, but for now, he's made it to A tier. He's right before Gyarados, but not bad at all. Really good run for an electric type. I mean, a near 9-minute advantage on Magneton. That definitely makes it... I mean, it's not far behind Zapdos. It's the best non-legendary electric type. And not far off the best electric type in the game. Not bad at all. Because Jolteon, Raichu, and Magneton are all in the C tier. And they did good for an electric type. It's just electric types have a lot of disadvantages, specifically because Giovanni could be a menace with his ground types in several different points in the game. And the champion Sandslash is just a brutal boss for electric types. And fire types to some extent, but not to the same intensity. Yeah. Yeah, very good. I'm really happy with that. That's a fantastic placement. A tier for Electabuzz. Meaning our A tier is almost full again, which is wild. I mean, I'll probably have to expand an extra at least placement on the current tier list as we have it. I'm hoping we get some more of the weak Pokemon here on the wheel. Not even weak, but like more mediocre Pokemon, because Electabuzz is great. Really no problem there. We have a lot of Pokemon like Jigglypuff that I know are going to be like EF tier, like way at the end that we still need to run, which I'm kind of looking forward to because it's fun to run bad Pokemon too. But also it's a challenge. It's not easy to just grind on these terrible runs. But that one was a clean one. I'm happy with that. Very good. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 33 seconds for Electabuzz. But that means it's time to spin that wheel. The dog is behind me making all sorts of noise. We got to spin that wheel and find out what is coming up next on the next week's Yellow Solo Run. Our new addition was Primate for this week, as voted by the members. I believe that Poliwag is the runner-up that is going to be added after we spin it today. And then I'm going to poll you guys again for what's one of the weakest Pokemon we want to add, including some absolute jokes that we need to put on the wheel that are going to be terrible runs, like Voltorb is going to be an awful run, but it's got to be done. We're placing all of them on the tier list as much as we can, outside of the ones that are genuinely impossible. But one of the impossible ones, Ditto, I do still want to try. And Weedle, I feel like deserves a shot, even though it's technically impossible, but we can show off how far it can get. Because it genuinely might make it farther than the other impossible Pokemon, but we'll have to see. Anyway, enough jabbing. Let's go. Jabbing? I don't know. Whatever the word is. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel and find out what the next week will be. What do we got for next week? Oh, buddy. Speaking of bad Pokemon. Oh, that's rough, buddy. That is rough. Let's pull him up here. That's a Grimer. That is a Grimer. That's going to be absolutely terrible. Absolutely atrocious. I do not have a sprite of Grimer. Let me just grab his actual image as we sign off here. Look at him. He's Grimer. The grimy boy. Oh boy. We wanted more bad Pokemon on the tier list, because we've had a lot of good ones. Oof. What are we working with Grimer for next week? What am I even going to be? Grimer Gen 1 Learn Set? Let's start there. And then we can look at the stats. Let's see. Oh, no. Pound and disable only until level 30? Oh, dude. Oh, no. Okay, and then it gets Poison Gas at level 30. Minimize at level 33. It does get access to Minimize. That's going to be helpful. And then Sludge at 37. Sludge is our best poison move for Gen 1. And then Harden and Acid Armor. Acid Armor at 55. Good, decent badge boosting. So far, Minimize, Sludge, Acid Armor. Okay, we got something to work with at least. And it has a tiny TM learn set. We get Body Slam. We get Mega Drain, Thunderbolt, Thunder. Mimic, Self-Destruct, Fire Blast, Rest, and Explosion. It's basically all the ones that we have access to. Bide, technically as well. Fire Blast and Mega Drain maybe have some use as well as Thunderbolt if the special is decent. Body Slam. Hey, Body Slam's not bad. Looking at the bright side. Muck was good, but Grimer isn't Muck. Yeah. Okay, there's some highlights in the level up set. 80 base HP and 80 attack. 50 defense, 40 special, and 25 speed. Cool. Really bad speed, really bad special. Decent attack. Decent HP. Anything with psychic moves is going to destroy us. Earthquakes and ground type moves are also going to hurt. We're never going to outspeed the Sand Slash on the champions team, I don't believe, without setup. So that's a wild time. I'm going to have to do some research. Well, Muck got Giovanni, but it was good. Yeah, let's see, what was Muck's final placement? It was, wait, did we play with Muck? We did. It's A tier and 1 hour, 49 seconds. Genuinely pretty good for Muck. I think the minimize really helped Muck significantly. Yeah, we're not Muck. I don't think we're hitting A tier with Grimer. 25 base speed and 40 base special is bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how we even get past Champion Sandslash. Like, how do we even make that possible? We do have decent enough HP that maybe we tank an Earthquake, but like, I don't know how we KO it. I genuinely don't know. With only 40 special, our Mega Drain is not going to do anything to it. We might need a really high level. Fissure? Maybe, but then we just end up running into the Alakazam that will also never outspeed, probably until level 100. Do we need to minimize luck the Sand Slash just so we get set up so we survive the Sand Slash and Alakazam? That feels bad, but feels like maybe is the answer. Oh, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be really ugly. We'll have to see how it goes. I'll do some research and we'll figure out what we need to do to get Grimer through the game. But yeah, Grimer next week, and then Ironmon on Saturday. That's going to be what's coming up. I'm still working on some stuff behind the scenes as much as I can. I am super busy with baby stuff right now, so I'm doing my best to get some things out. I have all the footage technically done for the next video. I just need to make some graphics and do the voiceover and edit. So a lot of work still to do, but I have the Redfire ROM completely done. Completely debugged. I had one really big issue in Victory Road that I was working on. I'll try to get that up to you guys before the baby comes, which is the goal. I know it's been a while for an edited video. We might see more of them in the future. We might see more edited stuff once the baby's here. Maybe less streaming, maybe more edited stuff. Maybe pivot a little bit the channel to like focus on that while the baby's here, because I can work on that in the middle of the night. Because it's my sleep schedule's gonna be crazy for a minute, but you know. That's how it goes. Fruitful says C or D tier for Grimer. That's very optimistic, but maybe with minimize, maybe yeah, C or D tier, maybe D tier with minimize, like around B drill, like high D tier. I think that'd be a pretty good spot for Grimer. But we'll have to see. Thank you everybody for watching. You guys are incredible. Thank you for the donations, Brad, and anybody else who's been become members, all of that stuff. You guys are incredible. I will see you on Saturday. I'll have more polls as well on the channel, so keep an eye out for those. That'll be it. Have a fantastic night. See you Saturday. Have a good one.